Other than that, we all tied.
What does this chick think she is? Kofi Kingston?
It's Casey Catanzaro, American Ninja
I was
Warrior.
gonna say
So
Ricochet's girlfriend.
yeah, but American Ninja Warrior. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, she climbs the damn turnbuckle.
Yeah, Kate Catanzaro is fucking amazing.
Not as a wrestler.
No, not as a wrestler, but she's as just an athlete. She's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Casey Catanzaro's amazing. Yeah, not as a wrestler though.
No,
Ugh.
she has her Kofi Kingston moments. She did that. God, where was it? For what was it? The first Rumble or the one in Arizona?
I think it was the one in Arizona she was in.
Where she fucking pulled a Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, that was Arizona. That was this year's Rumble.
Yeah.
The last big pay-per-view we had before the shit went south.
Oh, who's her tag team partner? What's her name?
Who? Casey Catanzaro's?
Yeah.
Caden Carter.
Caden Carter, thank you.
AKA, I forgot who she was on the Indies. So
Yeah, so did I. That's why I'm like, because that her and the fucking Team Ninja is a fucking great. They're an okay tag team in NXT. They're fucking hilarious on fucking like TikTok and shit like that.
Can't believe how much of a joke they're making Robbie E look like.
it was Lynn Lacey.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Wait, no, not Lynn Lacey. What? Lacey Lane.
Right.
Yeah, Lacey Lane. I was like Lynn Lacey. Yeah, no, Lacey Lane.
So yeah, so are you gonna go back on what I said about Drew Brees looking tired?
Well, he looks, yeah.
He looks tired.
Well, the thing is, the Raiders were pumped to play in their home stadium for the first time.
Dude,
So
that stadium looks nice.
oh yeah, and I have a solution for the coaches that keep getting fined because they don't wear masks.
Well, let's open the show and we'll talk
Yeah.
about it. So,
All right.
all right.
Well, I'll wait to say I'll wait to say it when Christian comes on in like an hour. So yeah.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah, let's rock
3,
and roll.
2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone on the Nerd Report Network. On today's episode, did Batman finally find his Robin, but yet to his Joker? The Mets are still in it, apparently.
Yeah, and the Phillies are out on the outside looking in after a nice little losing streak.
Yeah. The NHL playoffs are finally coming to an end. By the time we do our next episode, it should be over.
Yeah, it's called the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yep. Which is on right now. NFL Week 2 is over. Holy shit. The Jets are in the news for two horrible fucking reasons. And holy shit, I think I just tore my ACL. Chris, hit us with that music.
Dun Nerd Zone.
My leg! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone on the Nerd Report Network, episode 182. I am your host, Evan Ronnie, and with me, as always,
it is I, Trips, and sorry, Colby Covington. Yes, Kamaru Usman did break your jaw.
And
The Zombie Master, and I don't have any clever quips like he does.
Well,
it was funny because Colby Covington had like revisionist history.
Okay, let's go into the Colby Covington thing because oh boy, did that happen? John, you missed this. So, Fight Night happened this Saturday. Colby Covington versus Tyron Woodley. Covington
Tyron
won.
Woodley needs to retire because he looked awful.
Yeah, so Colby Covington won. Not really a great fight. The fight was boring.
It was a typical Colby Covington.
Cubby did some patty caking, patty cake poke in the eye, patty cake, takedown, win by unanimous decision.
Yeah, win by.
But
Well, he won by TKO. It wasn't a decision.
That's right. He won by TKO. But you get what I mean. It's like patty cake, bullshit. Fuck it.
Oh, that's what it was. And he did. The only reason he won by TKO because apparently Woodley bent some way and fucked up his rib.
Yeah, screaming, "Ow, ow, ow, my rib!"
Yeah.
Dude, he's
Colby Covington never punched him in the rib.
no, he did work the ribs a little bit, but it was when he was going for a takedown. He actually, like, blew, like, I think he tore his fucking spleen.
Yeah.
Oh God, Rhea Ripley got eliminated.
And
Or-
Raquel Gonzalez did. So they're doing the same
Or as Chris
hospital
would say,
match.
Rhea Rip Rock.
Ugh.
Rhea Rip Rock. Rip Rock. Rip Rock. I like Rip Rock.
Rhea Rip Rock.
But what caught a lot of people's attention was the shit after.
Oh God. If you thought that was a whoop, just wait and see what Donald Trump does to Joe Biden.
Dude, he
I'm like,
opens
really,
up.
dude?
He opens up with, "It's time." After you thought that was a whooping, wait till you see what Donald Trump does to Sleepy Joe. I'm just like, Kobe, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, especially since he's talking about completely disregarding the election now.
But it's like, just Kobe, shut. Like, dude, he was literally going after people. He went after LeBron James, and that made me fucking laugh.
It's so dumb though because it's like, well, it's like, wait a minute, like LeBron James, spineless people, he's in a goddamn bubble. What can he do?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
He's in a bubble doing what he's supposed to do, doing what his profession is.
I mean, I was only waiting for him to go after Colin Kaepernick next.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for that one. But the best thing was when it was the post-show where they had the welterweight champion Kamaru Usman on.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Oh, and he's like, yeah, Marty fake newsman. Da-da-da-da. And the funniest part, he goes like, you could have your fake, yeah, and you're not going to be another time with your fake victory and fake TKO. And he goes, I broke your jaw. He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And he says it again. He goes, your fake victory, fake TKO. And then Usman just goes, I broke your fake jaw. And he goes back to, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. It's like, yes, you did.
Yeah, John, if anything, I know you don't like UFC that much anymore. Don't even watch for the fights anymore. Watch for the the freaking press conferences.
promo.
The promos. Holy shit, dude. You just want to look at these guys and be like, I want to punch you.
No, I'm not gonna waste my time with anything UFC related right now.
Oh no, I'm just saying in general, like, don't even watch the fights. Watch the goddamn promos, because those are just worth it in general.
I mean, that shit was hilarious. He's like, I broke your fake jaw. No, you didn't. Yeah,
But
yeah,
you know
I
what?
did.
And the one thing I love, though, is Kobe even came out and said that his American Dream gimmick that's all it is, a gimmick. But he's starting to smell his shit a little too much.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, his mom's even like, wait a minute. Because I read a thing where Kobe was like, it was great to just go to the White House. I would have went there if Obama was in, if it was Obama or whatever, just chilling at the White House.
Yeah,
Like, if Biden was there, Obama was there, it wouldn't matter.
But he literally is playing a gimmick. But the thing is, and what I love, and this is where you get into it. If it was
Well, he would have been
anywhere-
fired without it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Because his fighting's not good.
I mean, even though he does win,
His
he
fighting's
was in
boring. His
position-
fighting's not
Yeah, but they said like after he beat Damian Maia in Brazil, they were going to let him go, and that's when he opened up his mouth and called Brazil a dump, and these people were horrible and they were animals.
But he's starting to get a little too full of himself.
Oh yeah, completely.
And-
And Candice LeRae just won the battle royal.
Interesting. Like, he's starting to get... So, you'll love this, though, John. His entrance music is Kurt Angle's.
I was gonna say, where is it? We the People? What is it? Jack Swagger?
No, he actually comes out to... All of a sudden, you're listening, and all of a sudden you hear... Dun, 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 dun. I'm just like... I know he did that, and what was funny is he did it in New York. And yes,
Everybody's yelled, "You suck."
And yes, the entire crowd started chanting, "You suck."
When is the next takeover?
I don't know.
Probably before Hell in a Cell, or no, it's the week before.
Survivor
I think-
Series.
Yeah. No, the next takeover I think is not in September. I think it's in
You know what?
October.
I'll look it up. Hold on. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Hold on. And I hope we're going to discuss the things that happened today, the two people we lost today.
Yes, we will.
Or do you want to save that for Monday?
No, we can talk about that. I mean, we can talk about that now before Christian gets on.
Okay, let's see.
I want to, and also too, I'll get his opinion on with Sayers.
October 4th is the next takeover.
So 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's October 4th.
Yeah. So
I don't know what that
It's a Saturday. It's a Sunday.
is. It really?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be in Pennsylvania then. But anyway, yeah. So with the whole UFC stuff, it's just like when you had fans in the stands, people were chanting, "You suck." He literally, if he was fired from there, Vince would have signed him in about 30 seconds to be the next Kurt Angle. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Chris?
the thing is though, he's starting to believe his own thing, and the problem is with that, especially with a guy when you're starting to challenge a guy like Masvidal, bad idea.
Yeah, he's starting to get a little too big for his britches. Where the point is, what the only bad thing is there's nobody in the crowd. This is the type of one that if you were talking that much shit, you're hoping that there's going to be fans in the stands, because what he's doing is what old school wrestling used to be, was
Sell the fight.
Sell the fight. And if you're not selling the fight, unless it's on legit pay-per-view, you're selling it to nobody. I mean, You're selling it for views. Unless it's a pay-per-view, then you're selling it for pay-per-view buys. But you're selling it for nobody.
Yeah.
And I mean, is it a good thing? No. Is it a bad thing? I mean, you're getting more people to watch you. You're getting more eyes on you. That's great, but are you really making money?
No.
No.
I mean, all right. So, you know what? Since we're on this, let's just go through UFC fast so we get out of the way.
Okay. Yeah. So because we'll close out with football.
Well, we'll close out with whatever. I mean, it's not a closeout. I'm just saying, like, we started talking about Covington and thought, let's just get it out.
Yeah, and then
all right.
Yep. All right. Cool.
All right. So Tyson Nam won by TKO. Andre Ewell won by decision. Journey Newsom he lost to Randy Costa by TKO. God damn, 41 seconds in the first round.
Yeah.
Derek Minner won by submission, 52 seconds in the first round. Jessica Rose Clark fucked up Sarah Alpar and won by TKO round 3, 4:21 into it. But this thing should have been stopped like early into the third round. Like, she was like gushing blood out of her nose. It was ridiculous.
So that was the why the corner was all fucked up.
Yup. Oh, yeah. She got taken down, and it just was like all over. Mayra Bano Silva beat Mara Romeo Barea. Like I figured, 229 into the first round. Damon Jackson upset Mirsad Bektic.
Chris,
by submission.
Keep doing that. I'll be right
121 in round 3. David Dvorak beat Jordan Espinosa by decision. Then we had Kevin Holland beat Darren Stewart by decision. Mackenzie Dern beat Randa Marcos by submission round 1. Her jiu-jitsu was insane. It looked like Randa Marcos was going to go for like some weird knee bar. But then after she clamped on something, like she lost her legs with the knee. And it was over. Johnny Walker beat Ryan Spann by TKO 243 into the first round. And it was entertaining as hell. Like, Spann went to go for a takedown. And I don't know why other fighters don't do this, but what Johnny Walker did was how you stuff a takedown. If you're a striker and a guy has to take you down on the cage, where's his head usually? By your waist, right? Ronnie? Hello?
Did we lose? Are we offline or something?
Ronnie?
We're still hosting it, so we didn't lose him. We're
Yeah.
still live.
All right. Sorry about
Ronnie? Yeah,
There he is.
I was asking you something.
that. I had to grab something real quick. It's fucking hot as balls in my office right now.
All right. Well, Johnny Walker, like, you know how a guy, when he goes for a takedown up against the fence, where's his head usually?
Right underneath his armpit.
Like, like right by your waist.
Waist.
You know, when he tries to go for the double leg or single leg.
Right.
And what Johnny Walker did, he had one arm like that, and then he just started wailing with elbows right in the side of the dude's head.
Oh, yeah.
And then when Spann went down, he switched to hammer fists, and it was a TKO. I'm like, why don't more fighters do this?
Well, you know who I was impressed by? It was
Khamzat Chimaev?
no, Dern.
Oh yeah, Dern was impressive, dude. Khamzat Chimaev knocked out Gerald Mearshart 17 seconds into the first round, and he knocked him out with a straight right. It was not a hook. It was a straight
I saw that.
boom. He put the lights out with a straight right.
And then we had
Cerrone and Price had a draw. I think Cerrone needs to start hanging it up.
I love Nico
And of
Price.
course-
Nico Price was almost doing a fucking backflip.
Yeah. And then Covington beat Woodley, and that's what I'm saying. Like, where Covington's head was with Woodley, if Woodley would have nailed him with elbows, it would have been over.
Or if Woodley would have at least protected himself and stopped from getting taken down, it would have stopped him from shooting that off and to go to the ground.
But he didn't really go to the ground. It was like up against the fence. And when you're up against the fence, just constantly use your elbows. Damn. All right. So, since we're getting this out of the way fast, this weekend is a pay-per-view.
Let me pull up the line.
UFC 253. And the early prelims are Kadis Ibragimov versus Danilo Marquez. I'm going to go Ibragimov.
Yeah, Sam.
Juan Espino versus Jeff Hughes. I'm going Juan Espino. I haven't seen him in forever, but I remember how good he is.
Give me Hughes.
See, I'm getting Espino. He was a guy from The Ultimate Fighter, had amazing jiu-jitsu.
Just so you know, if you're going to go Espino, parlay that shit because it's a minus 300.
Yeah, I figured. William Knight takes on Alexei Kamur.
Give me Kamor.
I think I'm going to go Knight.
Give me Kamor.
Shane Young takes on Ludovic Klein. I'm going to go Young.
Yeah, they're pretty much an even. There's a coin flip.
Oh, here we go. Here it comes. Be like water.
And this is on, dude, his fight's going to be on ESPN2.
I know. Be like water. Take energy from the storms. Good old our resident crazy man. Like what I said, far and away the craziest athlete going today. Diego Sanchez takes on good old Jake Matthews.
If you're gonna take Sanchez, go a little sprinkle on this one. The line is Matthews minus 700 and Diego plus 500.
You know what? What I seen with Diego, no, I'm going with Jake. I'm sorry, Josh Fabia has completely fucked him over.
You ready for this? Go, Jake. Go heavy on Jake. Sprinkle a little on Diego by TKO or knockout.
Oh God,
Plus
dude,
four,
Diego's not
dude,
knocking anyone
dude,
out.
plus 1,400.
Diego will probably do some weird dance and talk about the rain. So yeah, I mean the best thing about Diego is going to be the pressers this week. Oh God, I'm taking energy from storms, vato. I'm a warrior. Okay, all right, Diego. You know what? If I'm going to take Diego, I'll take Diego by DQ.
And that's still plus 1,400.
There you go.
By the way, this isn't the main event of the prelims.
I know. Brad Riddle takes on Alex De Silva Coelho. I think I'm going to go Alex De Silva Coelho.
Riddle.
Really?
Yeah.
Riddle is 8-1 versus 21-2.
This is a gatekeeper match for Riddle.
All right. Well, I'll take Riddle. Fuck it. Hakeem Dawodu takes on Zabaria Tukugov. I'm going Dawodu.
Yeah, Dawodu.
Dawodu gonna knock his ass out. Ketlin Vieira takes on Sarge Eubanks. Man, that was fast. She only fought like a couple weeks ago, and she's back in the octagon again. All right, who got hurt?
I was just about to say, this match just got put together because there's no line for it.
Yeah. Man, Eubanks looked good, but I think coming back to fight so soon is going to be a problem, and I think Ketlin Vieira gets
Yeah, I
it.
think she's getting a nice paycheck out of this one. That's what I think.
Kai Kara France takes on Brandon Royval. I'm going Kai Kara France.
France.
Oh man, this is the light heavyweight title fight. Co-main event: Dominic Reyes takes on Jan Blachowicz.
Reyes.
I'm gonna go Reyes. Reyes should have beat John Jones. I think he takes care of business, but if you want to try a little tiny bit on Blachowicz, you got to get Blachowicz by knockout. Because that's the only way he'll win this fight.
Let me see what they're actually giving that at right now. Where's Blachowicz? Where's Riddle? Here we go. Or not Riddle, sorry. Reyes. They might not have anything up right now. There it is. Reyes by knockout is going to be plus 120. Blachowicz by knockout's plus 450.
See. All right, and then the main event. Man, a battle of undefeated. Somebody's got to lose.
Unless it's a draw.
The challenger, Paulo Acosta, takes on the middleweight champion of the world, the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
And
you're looking at like a jiu-jitsu guy that strikes versus
dude,
Adesanya.
Costa fucking's got bricks in those gloves. Holy, he punches like a fucking shithouse.
Yeah, but I think if Costa tries to go with a boxer's thing against Adesanya, he's going to get screwed.
Yeah, I think you're going to have some stand-up with him, but if he's going to win that title, it's going to be a ground game, but Adesanya's too good.
Adesanya rarely gets taken down, and when he did get taken down, he got right back up, and also he put a guy in a submission quick.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, fuck this, I'm going to stand up again. Adesanya's like, all right, go right ahead, get kicked. I'm going to take Adesanya to win just because his, stand-up is ridiculous.
So, You're gonna love. You'll laugh at this. For the first time in God knows how long,
Adesanya's the underdog.
Well, no, actually, for that one, no. Costa's still the underdog. Adesanya's a minus 170.
Man, that's a slight favorite.
Yeah. There's a big boxing pay-per-view that night too.
Oh God.
No, the Charlo brothers are.
The good old Charlo brothers that never able to win.
They're both putting their titles on the line that night. I think they're saying there's 5 title fights.
What title? The one Charlo brother lost his title to Tony Richardson. I saw that fight.
What is it? One of them's got the BWC middleweight, and then the other one's the 189 title. That's the one thing. That, honest to God, that is the one thing. Here we go. It is the Jamal's fighting, defending his WBC middleweight title, and then
Jermell
is putting up the WBC, WBA, and IBF junior middleweight title.
Damn, you got enough of them.
And then you're gonna get a WBA regular junior featherweight title. The bantamweight title and the WBA junior welterweight title. And we're getting a light and a featherweight title. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. We need to unify these fucking belts. For God's sakes, how many fucking titles are there in boxing? There's like 20. We need, like UFC, one for each fucking division. Oh, and that's the other thing too. Boxing. Fix your fucking divisions. My God. It's like, oh yeah, it's the light heavy junior weight do a shot title. It's the barroom brawler where it's 13, you have to do 13 shots between 13 rounds.
Damn.
I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's like, oh yeah, they're the 189. Well, then it's the 142. What the fuck's the difference? I mean, the only one that is an open weight class is the fucking heavyweight title. That's the funny thing. You know that. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
The boxing heavyweight title is technically an open championship. Anyone can fight for the heavyweight title.
Damn.
Yes, a fucking lightweight could fight Tyson Fury. He'd get his ass kicked, but he could fight for it.
He thinks he's Rocky Balboa.
Hey,
Why not?
I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of those. It'd be fucking entertaining. David versus Goliath.
Yeah. So
But,
that's
it's a big fight weekend.
yeah,
It really is.
since well, I'll get into my feelings
Well, yeah, how many people
later,
with football, yeah. But yes, so we said it at the beginning. John brought it up earlier today. We lost 2 legends, one in the NFL Hall of Famer, and the other is a WWE Hall of Famer. Road Warrior Animal died today at 60 years old of natural causes. And I was about to say junior. Gale Sayer passed away at, I believe he was 77. And
He was
dementia.
70.
And
Yeah,
it was
70.
dementia?
Dementia.
Yeah, 77. Was there a sprinkle of COVID with that, or was it just dementia?
Dementia.
Okay.
There was no mention of COVID anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
with either one of them. Neither one of them had any.
no, apparently Animal was natural causes at 60. That's insane.
Oh, no. Hey, You know, when it's your time, unfortunately, it's your time, and you know, it's like I knew people that just saw him at a signing about a month ago, and they said he looked fantastic.
Yeah.
He looked in best shape they've ever seen him. You know, and it's just like, you know, when the bell rings, the bell rings, I guess. And I've
Goddamn.
seen so many. I've
God.
seen so many different tributes to both him and Hawk today.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, it's like,
Well, dude, and it's funny because I was one of the only people that posted about Gail Sayer, and I'm just seeing everyone like say, oh, animal, animal, animal. I'm like, y'all don't understand how big the death of Gail Sayers is. Like that's
oh,
a.
it's big.
Oh no, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying is I'm seeing people on Facebook just posting everything about animal, animal, and I'm just like, there was something else. Like that was bad, but like Gail was a big one.
Well, you
Well,
know, or go ahead, Chris, you first.
how many? Well, what are most of your friends on Facebook?
It was,
Wrestling
but here's the
fans.
thing: it wasn't a lot of wrestling fans. Even I was gonna say, even the Facebook page for World of Sports didn't have anything about Gail.
Well, you don't know that, like, because like the thing
From
changes so frequently.
That's true too.
Because of you, like, rest in peace one thing, and then it'd be back to shit talking.
Oh yeah, and I'll
What
say it too. If you've seen Brian's song and you don't fucking cry, you ain't fucking human.
But you know what it is. It's like, look, I knew about Gale Sayers because I remember Brian's song with it was Billy D. Williams and James Caan, I believe, right?
I believe so.
I mean, it's a classic movie, but you got to understand, a lot of people nowadays, if you're not in the public eye, people are not going to know who you are. Unfortunately, that's the way the world works. Unfortunately, you know, but Animal was very. I'm sorry, I hate to use the term. He was larger than life. You know, I mean, you walk down the street and you ask five people who Road Warrior Animal is and who Gale Sayers is. 4 out of 5 are probably going to know who Animal is, and maybe one will know who Gale Sayers is, unless you're a true fan of football and are you know, that you followed the sport way before your time and after, you know, during your time. You're not going to know who Gale Sayers is. I mean, you ask kids today, they're not going to know who the hell Gale Sayers is. Well, a lot of them are probably going to think, Gail, who is she? You know, they'll think the name Gail and they'll automatically think woman, unfortunately. And I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
But then you mentioned Road Warrior Animal. A lot of people are going to know who the hell Road Warrior Animal was because look at him. You know, he was in the public eye for how many? They started wrestling what? The Road Warriors started what? In the late 70s, early 80s. They started, I believe.
Yeah, I want to say it was that with the NWA.
No, actually, they started in Georgia.
Yeah,
They started in Georgia, and Hawk came in first. Then Animal came in, and they had biker looks, you
yeah.
know,
Well,
the
that was the
jeans and
whole.
stuff like that. But then they switched it to the Road Warrior movie came out, and then they changed to that, and then the rest is history when it comes to that. But I met Joe or Road Warrior Animal. I've met him a couple times. You couldn't meet a nicer guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he was so fucking cool to people. You know, he'd bring the shoulder pads with him. You know, and it's like I met Precious Paul at a signing, and he had one of their Japanese shoulder pads.
Oh
So I get to
God.
wear. I got a picture of the Japanese ones. I got to put it on. That fucker was heavy. With all the spikes on it, that fucking
Yeah.
thing was heavy, bro. I'm telling you, that was oh lord. And and for Animal to carry that around to signings, man, that's loyal to the fans that basically made you who you were. You know,
Yeah.
but but then I mean, I've seen so many tributes where people took their wrestling figures and they put the pearly, you know, like heaven and clouds and stuff, and Animal and Hawk holding up the ring ropes for him, and
Yeah, I saw that too.
it's that I'm like, damn, man. It's like when I grew up, I remember when I first saw the Road Warriors. I think it was when I was about 14 or 15. They were in Crockett at that point when I started watching Crockett, and I'm like, when they would jump in the ring and start beating people, I said, and when they would do the Doomsday, I'm like, they're gonna rip somebody's fucking head off with that shit. This is before I, kind of, I hate to use the term smartened up to the business and stuff, but when you're young, you don't think of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You think these guys are monsters. Who could beat them? Who could hurt them? Nobody. They were that dominating, both of them. And what I thought was the coolest thing, and I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, when they would do interviews and Hawk would stand there with that neck brace, that neck collar on, and he would just switch it, just turn his neck, that fucker would pop off. Oh, damn, I thought that was the coolest fucking thing I ever saw in my life. I'm sorry. That was cool. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that wasn't cool.
No.
I mean, that was just awesome. I mean, it's like, ugh. I mean, look, the man's shoulders were like, you could show a movie on them fucking things. And Animal was no slouch either. He might have been smaller, but I think he was a little bigger size-wise than Hawk was. But needless to say,
it's now it's just funny now knowing that that was a Laurinaitis.
yeah. But you know what? And it's like, a friend of mine on Facebook said it best. He goes, man, this year really sucks. And he ain't wrong in that. And I mean, Gale Sayers, I knew Gale Sayers because I at one time, I was a Bears fan when I was younger, during the Super Bowl shuffle, Fridge, Jim McMahon, Dent, all those guys, McMichael, all of them guys. I was a fan of the Bears. They would talk about Gale Sayers like he was a god. And there was no internet back then. But, I remember reading books about him, my magazine. He was a great player, too. Absolutely awesome player. But he'll mostly be remembered as for Brian song. That's where he'll mostly be remembered, him and Brian Piccolo.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know. What about, do you have memories of either guy, Ronnie, or no?
Well, I wasn't alive with Gale Sayers.
Well, no, but you've read and seen.
Oh yeah,
films
I
of
mean
him.
Brian's song, and yeah, shit. He was one of those few people that he broke barriers within. Him and Brian Piccolo broke barriers in that. It was kind of was what Remember the Titans was 20 years ago, like that kind of movie. It was one of those generational movies.
Yeah, it's like if you don't cry or shed a tear in that movie, you better check your pulse because you ain't human.
Now, guys like Animal, yeah, I've met him a couple times at signings and stuff like that. But it is just a shock. But I didn't really start watching him. I missed a lot of LOD when I was younger, but I knew of him when the Steiners were around and stuff like that.
Right.
But no, but yep. Chris, what about you?
Oh, I mean, all right.
Christian, you're in a wind tunnel.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
in
but
a,
you sounded
now.
like you were in a wind tunnel.
you were in a wind
You're in the
tunnel.
wind. Yeah,
You're-
you were in the wind, dude.
Yeah. So, what are your memories of both guys, Chris?
Give me 18 inches of daylight. I never. Well, only thing I ever saw with Gale Sayers was stuff from NFL films.
Yeah.
But what I saw was freaking magical. Was
Yes.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I can still see his influence on backs today.
Right.
And I mean, Gale Sayers was a huge influence for Brian Westbrook. So,
Yeah.
And an animal.
well, Animal, I never really. I never really gotten their Road Warriors like that. I never really gotten the tag team wrestling like that. And I'm sorry. I'm just like, all right, they're cool. Done.
You've heard of it, and you've seen. I'm sure you've seen them. I mean, come on. You may not have been a fan. I mean, you yourself, even though you weren't a fan of tag team wrestling, you got to admit their dominance was. There is no tag team that'll ever be like them in the history of sports entertainment again. There will not be another Road Warrior. There can't be. I don't care what you say. There is nobody that can take that place.
Well, also wrestling's changed, so there won't be anybody as dominant like that because fans don't.
Want to see it?
Right. Fans don't want to see it. I mean, fans don't want a dominant champion because whenever they do, like, the funny thing with the age of COVID, you can have a dominant champion because, like, oh, yeah, it works and all that. But a lot of fans like to see the hot potato passed around. And then they'll bitch about it online, but they like to see it.
Right.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But
no, you're not. You're not. I mean, the last great dominant tag team that I could say in the wrestling business were the Dudleys. Because there was no team that won more championships and were more well known around the world than the Dudleys. I might hate Bubba Ray Dudley, and I do because I think the guy's a jerk off. But there's no taking away the dominance that him and Devon had. There wasn't. But Christian, I know you're coming late to the party, but did you have any memories of either Gale Sayers or Road Warrior Animal while we're on the subject?
When I think of elite running backs of all time.
I was gonna say, being from where you're from, Gale Sayers, that must have been a freaking doozy.
And that's the thing. I just live out here. I'm not from here.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, being in that area now.
It is honestly the way I look at it when I think of all the legendary running backs, the Eric Dickersons, the Emmitt Smiths, the Barry Sanders, obviously Walter,
Jerome Bettis,
Jim Brown. You have to throw Gale Sayers in there, and he was the quintessential power back of his time. He was the guy who didn't mind running through you. He didn't have to run around you. He played in an era where, it was cool to run through a defender. Now guys want to cut on a dime and try and get around defenders, and it's such a tremendous loss, not only for the state that I live in, but really the game of football. And I can relate to how his family is feeling because my late grandfather had Alzheimer's and he died from complications.
So did mine. My grandfather had it too.
So you get this, John. You get this.
Trust me, I get. Look, I mean, my grandfather was. We knew he had it. He wasn't diagnosed, but he had every symptom of it.
Right.
He had every single solitary symptom of it.
Right. Right.
And I mean, he would have. He would be bad 24 hours out of the day, but that 1 hour he was clear as a bell.
Yeah. And I think I say this not only on behalf of myself, but you three as well. Your heart and your prayers just go out to the Gale Sayers family. The NFL lost an icon today. I mean, he was a larger than life figure who just seemed to love life. He's the youngest person to ever get inducted into the Hall of Fame, 34 years old. And I mean, his resume speaks for itself. He had an impact. But, when living here and I hear people talk about, the Bears and all the legends that have played for this team, I'm going to be real with you guys. You really don't hear his name come up. You hear Mike Singletary, you hear Mike Ditka.
You hear Refrigerator Perry.
You hear Buckus.
Right.
You hear Fridge.
Big Buck. You hear about Richard Dent. You hear about,
McMahon.
Sweetness.
McMahon.
Exactly. But, honestly, that's why I always tell people when these legends are still alive, you have to give them their flowers while they're still here. Don't give them their flowers when they're no longer here, and I know it's switching sports. And John, I know you're a baseball guy, but I saw that when Ron Santo died in 2010. Then they put him in the Hall. He should have been in the Hall 3 or 4 years before he died. So that's why, I'm going to tell y'all, anybody who's listening to us, if you know somebody or someone is iconic in anything they've done or they've had an impact on your life, give them their roses while they're still here. Do not wait until they're gone.
Oh, I mean,
You know what? I'll say
yeah.
one thing on you said about Ron Santo. It's like
Right.
Gil Hodges was one of the greatest managers that and he was a great player too when he played. He's not in the Hall of Fame. That's a travesty. Not just
Right.
because he was a Met, just because when he was a coach, player, and manager. He did it. He was great in everything he did. That man is not in the Hall of Fame, and that's a travesty. Same with Santo. I remember my grandfather telling me about Ron Santo. It's like we'd be watching the Cubs when they would play the Mets or stuff like that. And he goes, and they mentioned Ron Santo, and I go, "Who's that?" And my grandfather would tell me, he's like, "Oh, he was this, and this." And I'm like, "Is he in the Hall of Fame?" And my grandfather would say no, and I'd say why, and he goes, "I don't know."
And
Yeah,
another player that's like that's Pete Rose.
The saddest thing when you were saying don't wait till they're dead, to basically give them the roses.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, probably one of the greatest football players, if not the greatest football player of all time, never had his chance
And
to
who's that?
really reflect on his career and get his gold jacket and all that, and that's Walter Payton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually living in Jersey when Walter died, but his impact, just like Gale Sayers, I think Walter's impact is still felt around the NFL. Kind of like how Michael Jordan's impact is with the NBA, because you ask any running back within the last 13 or 14 years who their inspiration is, and they say one of three guys. They say either Emmett, they say Walter, or they say Barry Sanders. And I know LaDainian Tomlinson, he idolized Walter Payton. And I remember a few years ago on the radio show I contributed for. This is actually one of the first few shows I contributed for. I interviewed a guy who played for the Bears. His name is Robin Earl. He was the fullback for Walter. So just hearing Mr. Earl's stories, man, just to talk with a veteran of the game like that. And then this was the year when Adrian Peterson won MVP after he messed his knee up the year before. And I just asked him because he was the right person, I think, to really answer this question. Who is the closest running back in the NFL at that time to Walter Payton? And he said it was Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Not wrong there.
Oh yeah, completely. And the other impact Walter Payton made, of course, was impact off the field with all the humanitarian work and all that. And that's why Walter Payton Man of the Year bears his name.
And honestly, I think that's what these athletes really want to be remembered for. Not what they do on the playing surface. It's how did you impact the lives around you and the communities around you off the field? Like a perfect example. LeBron James is a great basketball player, but I think he's had a stronger impact off the court. Opening a school in his community, how active he is, how vocal he is. So I got to give him props for that. But I'm definitely with you, Chris. Walter definitely was a great man off the field. And, I still can't believe he's gone to this day.
Yeah.
And do you have, I don't know how big you were with wrestling, but do you have any memories or any thoughts about Animal in any way? Or?
It's just a sad day for sports, John. It really is. To hear of two icons passing in the same day. With Animal, I just knew they had that boisterous personality, and they were must-see TV every time you watch them. And just seeing Ric Flair's post on Instagram, you got in your feels. So your heart just goes out.
Flair's pretty much one of the people that found him. Flair's one of the few people that actually is he's the reason they got into NWA. He found Hawk and Animal.
Right. So, your prayers just go out to the Laurinaitis family. And, man, 2020, we've lost too many legends. We lose Kobe. Who else have we lost in 2020?
Kobe, Tom Seaver.
We lost John Thompson. Gale Sayers. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, 2020. I hate to say it this way. 2020, go fuck yourself. I can't wait for you to be over.
Yeah, me too.
Now, we'll spin this off to another topic that came up last week. We never got into it. But somebody posted something that ESPN put up an article about possibly giving a gold jacket to Colin Kaepernick.
Ooh, I want to talk about this. Can I go first?
Go ahead.
So,
I didn't hear about this, so this is news to me.
so
No, well, this is what I want to talk about. Because Chris, don't do that. Because you don't know what our opinions are.
So
I know mine.
Oh, okay.
Chris, I think we all know what your opinion is, probably, Chris, but we won't go there.
Go ahead, Christian.
I was talking to my mom about this because I sent her the article and she's like, don't you think it's kind of ironic that he gets nominated for the Hall of Fame after all of this transpired and people are saying, oh, well, he was right in this protest and things like this? And I'm like, no, it's not. You know, one, he can't even qualify for the Hall of Fame because he never really officially announced his retirement.
Right.
Okay, that's part number one. Two, you have to be out the league 5 years in order to be in consideration for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's two. Three, his stats aren't even worthy of the Hall of Fame because he's only thrown 72 touchdown passes. So the other day, I did one of those things that you see on ESPN. Player A, player B, no name, and player A threw 539 touchdown passes in his career. Player B threw 72 touchdown passes. Who do you think which one is? And my mom's like, okay, who? And then I revealed it to her. Player A was Peyton Manning. Because when Peyton retired, Peyton ranked number one in damn near every statistical category in league history. Okay?
Yep.
Colin Kaepernick doesn't have that longevity or the impact. The Hall of Fame is for being consistently consistent in your sport. You know, that's why a lot of the guys that have these gold jackets and those busts in Canton, Ohio, they were consistent. Ray Lewis, we knew Ray was a lead pipe lock when he retired. The minute he retired, I said, look, these 5 years are going to go quickly. So, you know, when you see him get that knock on the door from David Baker, that he's going to the Hall of Fame, you know, I envisioned that. Same with Brett Favre. You know, these are guys that you knew were lead pipe locks to be Hall of Famers when they retired. You know, I'm sure this was for John. I'm going to go the baseball route. Tom Seaver. He was a lead pipe lock for the Hall.
Oh, yeah.
When he retired. You know, Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez
Ed
ranked
Reed.
second all time amongst receivers. So, and I think receptions. I think he's only behind Jerry Rice, if I'm not mistaken. Randy Moss, we knew he was going to get in.
All right, Christian, let me ask you
Someone
this.
literally
the point.
Someone literally posted hold on, Chris, John. Let me just say this thing. Someone posted, I think, in the World of Sports, going, "Yeah, this man has revolutionized football. 3 catches, 168 yards, 3 touchdowns." And it was Randy Moss. So I'm like, so each catch was a touchdown. Okay.
Right. I remember when I first got in contact with Chris, when we were talking and he told me he wanted me to come on to the show. I asked him about, and I want your guys' input on this too. I asked him about Kurt Warner being in the Hall of Fame. Did you think he deserved to be in for a short period of time that he played? And Chris was like, absolutely, because within that short period of time, his numbers were really impressive. Remember that combo, Chris?
Well, now here's the other thing, too.
I remember that. Not only that, also in the short time he played, he went to the Super Bowl like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
In other words, he made an impact. Every game he played was impactful in one way or another.
Yeah, not to mention, he was the only. Not to mention his story is enough right there.
He went, coming from the AFL, coming from
bagging groceries,
the Arena Football League,
the MVP of the league, and a Super Bowl MVP.
Coming from bagging groceries, playing in the AFL, the Arena Football League, pretty much going to did he play in the CFL?
No.
No, okay.
Went
No,
from the Iowa Barnstormers right to the Rams.
right to the
And the
Rams,
thing
then
is,
to the greatest
and
show
then
on
when he
turf.
played, before he got injured, he was one of the best quarterbacks in the league, if not the best.
And
And then when he got injured, he had a problem, and then he resurrected in Arizona and
well,
almost
here's their
was a catalyst for the Arizona Cardinals winning the championship if it
Well-
wasn't for the Arizona Cardinals having a shitty defense.
I was just about to say, if Antonio Brown did not catch that ball in the back of the end zone, are we really talking
It's
about
Antonio
that?
Holmes.
Oh, it was,
It's
it was,
Antonio
it was
Antonio
Holmes.
Holmes,
It was
yeah.
Holmes. Sorry.
Don't give Antonio Brown credit for shit he
If it
didn't
was
do.
if Holmes didn't catch that ball in the back of that end zone, are we really talking about that?
Yeah, one guy's a crazy person.
He's
the other
good.
guy
That crazy
basically was a
person's good.
really good person who got hurt.
That crazy person's going to be back in the league.
Now, the only issue I have with the Pro Football Hall of Fame is this. I hate how they did Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens was a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, they
fact
made him
that they-
so dirty.
Now,
And you know who else I felt was first ballot, but I could understand why they didn't put him in on the first time when he was eligible? Michael Strahan. Michael Strahan
yeah.
was the first ballot guy, but I don't think they wanted to have him be a headliner with Warren Sapp in 2013.
now,
So
can I ask one thing? And John, I'll
Yeah.
let you go after because I know you had something and we kind of cut you off. Is there a recipient award that he could get that puts him in Canton? Because like how like Joe Buck is going in for what he's getting. Is there a recipient award that he could get in for?
A recipient award?
Like, is there like something like a community award that could get him in?
Yeah.
I know what Ronnie's going. He's like in wrestling, they have the editors award or something like that. You know, a certain award that's not, you know, it's not a big time award, but it's an award that'll get you recognized for something.
Now, I don't
get
think
where
he
he's coming
deserves.
from.
I don't think he deserves to be in. Period. Just as stats alone, but if they're going to put him in and they're going to say it's because it's contributing to
His community
his community
service,
service, then that's how they're
everything.
going to that's how they're going to get him in.
All the money he's donated, all
Right,
the things he's
exactly.
done
And
since he's been out of
Since
the
he's-
league.
exactly. That's how they're going to try. That's how they're going to spin it to get him
Yeah.
into the.
Because on stats, I'd be like, if Colin Kaepernick gets in, number 5 needs to get in.
If Colin Kaepernick gets in, he'll turn into the oh god damn it. Why am I blanking on the wrestler's name? The one that always had the fucking bird.
I'm just saying, like, if Colin Kaepernick gets in, Donovan McNabb needs to get
Oh no,
in.
I agree with that.
Now,
The one that
who
has
are
the
you
bird.
saying about? Who are you saying, Ronnie? What wrestler?
Oh, the one Coco Beware. He'd be the Coco Beware of the NFL Hall of Fame.
No, that actually there's a person before it goes to before fucking Coco Beware. Freaking Jose Estrada or no Johnny Rods.
Right.
Johnny Rods is in the Hall of Fame, and who the fuck? And Baron Mikel Cicluna. I mean, these are guys that I think they didn't know what the hell they were doing with the Hall of Fame. That's why they said, "Oh, these were legends at one time. I'll fucking put them in."
But
You
anyway,
know?
Johnny Rods is, responsible for training Taz.
yeah, I was
and,
gonna say Johnny Rod's as
the
a
Doggy Boys
as
and a ton
yeah.
of New York wrestlers. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
but I
a-
mean,
yeah, he deserves to be in. Even though he was a jobber for the Stars, he trained those Stars.
Well, what I wanted to ask is like, okay, I mean, it's gonna be a Jet question, so that's just the only way I can think. Was Joe Namath the first ballot when he retired? Did he go in first ballot, or did he have to wait a couple of years?
I can check. Let me look.
I want to say he was a first ballot.
I think he was first ballot because of the name and the guarantee and everything.
So let me ask you, Jet. Now this is a Jet related question. Since their inception, who would you say are the top 5, off the top of your head, without thinking, the top 5 quarterbacks the Jets have ever had?
Just quarterbacks? Oh,
I'm just,
God.
I'm saying is, yeah, because I can guarantee you probably can't name 5 because they haven't had 5 good ones.
That
Joe
are Hall of,
Namath?
that are Hall of
that's the whole-
Famers.
No, just in general. The
Joe
only ones that
Namath.
I
Joe
can think
Namath.
of- Joe Namath.
Joe Namath, Boomer Esiason, Vinny Testaverde, Ken O'Brien, and goddamn,
Chad Pennington.
Pennington.
And just
That'd be
so-
number 5.
oh,
That's
and,
it.
and if you don't even want that, Ray Lucas.
Oh God, no, not Ray Lucas.
You want names? Fine. Ray Lucas, Glenn Foley, Brett Favre, Mark Sanchez.
No. See, I think I had the list right there. I
No,
had.
he said quarterbacks. He didn't say good quarterbacks.
Yeah, no. 5 best.
Yeah.
I had Joe Willie. Then I had Boomer. Yeah, I can't believe Boomer is on this list. But Joe Willie, Boomer. Then I had Vinny. Then Kenny O'Brien.
Yeah. Then Chad.
Then Chad Pennington. They all went to the playoffs. I mean,
Yeah.
that's all I can get.
I mean, but then again, so did Ray Lucas, and so did good old Sanchez.
Yeah, the Sanchez.
But you know what?
AFC title twice.
So did
know what
Lucas.
The funny thing is, when I first started watching the Jets, after I was a fan for a long time, that I realized everybody else. But you know who my quarterback was when I first started watching it? Richard Todd.
Okay, yeah. Is that the
And the sack exchange, Gastineau, Lyons, Klecko, that one guy I can never remember his
Kuhn?
last fucking name. No, he was a Samoan gentleman. I forget his name.
a Samoan gentleman?
I think it was Samoan. I'm trying to be.
No,
political.
just the way you said that, a Samoan gentleman.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be. I'm not being derogatory. I'm just. I can't remember his name, but there was another guy that was involved in that. But that's when I started following football. I was around 10 or 11 is when I remember Richard Todd and, like I said, Wesley Walker, Al Toon.
Yep,
You
good old
know,
Al Toon.
Al Toon and what was his name? There was a running back too. I forget his name.
Speaking of Jets who aren't in the Hall of Fame, you know who needs to be in that played for the Jets? And I'm surprised he's not in yet, or maybe he is. Mark Gastineau.
He's not.
He needs to be in.
Oh,
The reason why he's not because after he retired, he went crazy, married Brigitte Nielsen, then got knocked out by a boxer.
Oh,
But you know what? I'll say this about Gastineau. Right now, the man is hanging on to life. He's got cancer. He's in bad shape right now.
Yeah.
Health is not the greatest. Look, I agree with Christian on that thing. He might have gone a little batshit crazy at the end of his football career, but there's no discounting the beast that man was on the field. There was nobody scarier to face down with than there was old number 99. Tell me I'm wrong.
There's one guy that was scarier.
Who's that? Lawrence Taylor?
Yep, number 56 in blue.
Oh, look, I'm not discounting Lawrence Taylor. I'm saying for the Jets.
I'm not right for the Jets. I'm like, as DNs go, I mean, there was Bruce Smith, there was Dexter Manley, all coked up.
But all I know is Gastineau was an absolute monster on that field. He was a character in his own right, but he could play. And I've seen videos of him on Facebook, and he's battling, but I don't know how much battling he's doing. But it's a travesty that he's not in the Hall. He should be.
Another one
Keyshawn
that
get
should
in
be.
Keyshawn's not in either.
He should be.
Who's in?
Keyshawn.
Keyshawn's
Nah.
Maybe not as a Jet. He might go in as a Buck.
No, you know who should be? You know who should be? He had a damn great career until it was taken from him.
Oh,
Dennis Byrd.
yeah, and you know who else needs to be in? And I hope he gets in soon, because his buddy's going in. Well, was supposed to go in with this class.
God damn.
Torrey Holt needs to be in.
Yeah.
Who?
Torrey Holt.
Yes.
Yeah, because Isaac.
You know who needs to be in,
Isaac
even though it'd be posthumous?
Who?
Number 99, Jerome Brown.
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna be real, guys. You know, I thought Jerome Bettis should have went in on the first ballot. He's eighth all time on the rushing list. The fact he had to wait as long as he did was crap.
Donovan
I
McNabb.
got one other player I want to bring up.
Passing.
I got another player I want to bring up when you're done with your argument, Chris. I have another player I want to bring up, and I want to get your guys' take on him. Okay, finish up what you were talking about then.
I'm saying, all right, Donovan McNabb was in the top 10 passing, and like nobody even like remotely thinks of him for the Hall of Fame. Like the saddest part is people will think Nick Foles deserves the Hall of Fame more than Donovan McNabb, and that is a fucking travesty.
You're right. I agree with you on that one. I want to get your take on number 80 for the Jets.
Corbett.
Wayne Corbett.
I was just
You
about
want to talk about a guy who-
just about to bring him up.
He for the Mets, my all-time favorite Met is always going to be David Wright, but my favorite all-time Jet of all time is always been Corbett.
Undrafted out of Hofstra, that boy deserves to be in the Hall because he's the guy that if you had a third down play, it was going to him.
I mean, that kid, just to watch it, had he not had so many injuries, that's what inadvertently shortened his career, was his injuries that he had. Because you know what? Every play he went out, he gave 190% when he played. This guy would flip through the air, dive. He would do anything and everything to make sure his team won.
And you know what? I want to add on to that because John makes a point about that. Before Wes Welker, before Julian Edelman, Cole Beasley, Michael Gallup, all these slot receivers that you see now, there were two guys who really maneuvered the slot. That was Wayne Corbett and
John Beebe.
And another guy, Tim Brown.
Yes.
He played in the slot.
Whoa. John Beebe.
And him. Yeah, those three.
But just the fact that Corbett, you look at his stats. They don't scream Hall of Fame, but the guy played with more heart than I've seen. You take any 50 NFL players that are out there now. He had more heart than any 50 guys. You pick random 50 guys. Most of them are in it now for the money. He played for the sheer love of playing the game. That's the way Wayne Corbett was. And I have his jersey. I have about 150 cards of his. I had posters. I had anything and everything Corbett. And I still have the jersey. Don't fit anymore, but it's so worn out. But, one of these days I'd love to meet him, and I'd love him to get that sign because that sucker could get framed, go on the wall.
Now, I got one.
All right, there's one thing you said there that I don't agree with.
Go ahead, go for
When
it.
you said most guys are in it for the money now. No. Because the way it's tied now, it's like you win, you get more money, so guys are in it to win more than anything. And the way that the NFL has done it with the structure, players really can't hold up teams anymore for a contract.
You know what? I said what I said, and I stand by what I said.
I'm just saying that because, like,
look, you're entitled to that, but my thing is, I don't see players doing and going out there and making the plays and doing the domination like a Corbett did. I've watched. I'm not just saying on the Jets. I'm saying I've watched other teams over the. I've watched teams over the years. There's been a lot of players that have made some great catches here and there. I'm not saying that. You got your Odell Beckhams and your Randy Mosses and all that stuff. You know what? They've made some wonderful and beautiful catches over that are historic.
The guy that comes closest to Corbett, and I'm a Jet fan saying this, is Welker.
You know what?
Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman.
No, I'm saying now, but I'm saying if you go back then, the guy that literally was the exact same style of Corbett was Welker. Third down, you knew where the ball was going.
Right, and you know what? And I agree with that, but I'm just saying like Corbett I would hate for him to go down and God forbid someday pass away without being recognized. It's like Christian said earlier. There's people that they passed away and they never got that moment in the sun, like the Santos, the Hodges, and all these other guys that never got their moment at Cooperstown, the Football Hall of Fame, Canton. I'm sorry, I blanked for a second. Wherever the Hockey Hall of Fame is, I don't know, but I'm just saying they never got their just due. And Corbett, I know, not just being a Jet fan, and just as a player, that man deserves it for the heart that man showed on the field. Every game he went out there, he put everything out on the line, like if it was his last game. Even if it could be the first game of the season, or it could be the last game of the season. They could be eliminated from the playoffs. He's still going to give everything. That's the way he was, and that's the way I can remember him. That's the way I always will remember Corbett playing. Because I remember the last play he ever made in his career when he went and he did a 360 in the air, caught the ball, came down, and didn't drop it. Then he ended up screwing up his neck again, and that was it for him. And that was the last play I remember him making.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that is fucking awesome right there.
No,
and the fact that he is not in Canton is a travesty. It's an absolute out-and-out travesty.
What the thing is though is, and it's weird because it's like a lot of them look at rings. That's the part that's weird. It's like you can look at stats because a lot of players look at stats, but they don't look at heart, and that's what Corbett was. Corbett was heart.
Oh yeah, without question.
I mean,
but yet
granted, would his type of style fly this year? In this NFL? Hell no. The minute he had maybe how many goddamn concussions did he have?
I've lost count.
Exactly.
I've lost count. I mean, there would be games where, like I said, he would go diving for balls, and I mean, he would crash head first into the ground, get up, be dazed, and be like, he'll leave one or two plays, and they'll say, "Oh, you should get checked out." No, I want to go back and play. I want to play.
Yeah. No.
And I mean, I'm sorry, there are no players that are like that now. They get hurt, they're like, oh wait a minute.
But that's not.
I got a back spasm. I'm gonna be out for 10
But
days.
that's not.
Oh, wait a minute, I gotta hang
not
out.
on
Wait a
them.
minute, I got mono. I gotta sit out for 3 weeks.
But here's the thing:
You know,
a lot of
like,
that's not on them. A lot of that is because the minute they get a concussion, they're taking
Concussion
their helmets.
protocol.
They're taking their helmets.
See,
You
that's
think they
the
want to?
game.
You think they want to freaking sit on the sidelines while their team is? No, I know a lot of players that want to get the hell back out there. Hell, they caught some shit for it. But remember, Patrick Mahomes had a concussion. Patrick goes, "Fuck you!" Grabbed his helmet, ran back out there.
Yeah, and they had to they had to pass protocol. He
Yeah,
was pissed about it.
he literally grabbed his helmet and ran back out there. They forced him to go back and do protocol.
Yeah, go back under the tent, and he had to do protocol.
But the fact is, like I said, the whole point I'm trying to make is they want to put somebody like Kaepernick in the Hall of Fame just because of. I'm sorry, right now, I mean, everything he says is kind of coming to fruition in a way, sad as it might sound, sad as it is to say. But you look at his stats, they're not jumping out at you as
Exactly.
mind-blowingly, oh my God, this guy is, I hate to bring his name up. Ugh. I'm swallowing puke as I say this. Brady. Ugh. As much as I hate that fucker, and I do, he'll go into the Hall of Fame first ballot because of his stats.
Yeah.
Because of how dominating he was. And I hate saying oh my
it too.
God, I feel,
His stats.
His six,
Why
his
is
six
he got
rings.
7 rings.
His 6 rings will get him in the will get him in the Hall of Fame.
Put it this way, the file is coming out of my stomach just saying that. Just giving that man any recognition is making me nauseous. But the whole point I'm trying to make is,
in the Super Bowl.
but the whole point I'm trying to make is, when Christian brought up the point, do I think he belongs in there? No. Will he probably go in? More than likely. Do I think he should? No.
Oh, I'll tell you
No.
right now, if he goes in, the backlash the NFL will get, and to be honest, the backlash that they're going to get, even though it's going to sound like it's going to be for the wrong reason, might actually be the right reason they get the backlash. Because you're saying you're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Hall of fucking Fame. For what? Less than 100 touchdowns? Oh, if I'm Drew Brees, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Well, Drew
Put
Brees
him
is
in the
going
Hair
to be
Hall
in
of
there.
But that's
Put
what
him
I'm
in the
saying.
Hair
I'm
of
saying
Fame.
is like you look at like George, dude, like guys like oh god, John Abraham, who should be
All right,
in the
here's
Hall
a-
of Fame, but he's not going to be because he doesn't have any fucking rings.
All right.
And let me, Chris, before you start, you just said that name. Let me bring up a name that had a lot of controversy attached to his name, and rightly so. Michael Vick.
Oh,
Will you ever see Michael Vick go in the Hall of Fame?
You know, when I was talking to my mom about Kaepernick last week, I told her, I'm like, you know what? You know who deserves the Hall of Fame a little bit more? Like consideration for it a little bit more than Colin does? That's Michael Vick. So it's like you were reading my mind, John.
But the fact that the reason I bring up Michael Vick, we all know it's all well documented, the whole dog fighting thing. I'm an animal lover. The second he came to the Jets, I didn't watch the Jets when he was playing because I wasn't gonna associate myself
oh, there's
with him
another
because
one.
he's a dog killer in my opinion. Sorry, he may not have done it, but he profited off of it, and to me, that's scumbag.
I don't even remember.
Yeah,
And
definitely. He financed it.
And I can't, in all good conscience, praise anybody that will be cruel to animals in any way, shape, or form. I don't condone it. You know what? I just don't have any time for them. As a player, he could have done what Brady did. The second he got involved in what he got involved in, automatically nulled and void him for me for Hall of Fame. If he goes in, the Hall of Fame is good. You think if Kaepernick goes in, there's going to be controversy. You think if they let Vick in there, you don't think that there's going to be backlash for him? Please.
All right. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm talking now. God damn it.
Oh, I was gonna agree with you that Vic should kind of be in.
All right, Vic. All right. First off, Vic with the stats at the time, Vic basically, how to put it? He revolutionized the spot of quarterback.
He's the Allen Iverson of the NFL.
He did that. And as everybody like, oh, he did this. He's such a dog killer. He paid his debt to society.
Thank you.
People
Yeah,
forget.
you know what?
He
You
went,
know what, Chris?
no,
I know.
No, this is
You
my
know what it
time.
is? You can have your
He
opinion,
went
but this is
to
mine.
prison. He went to prison. When
Yeah.
he went to Philadelphia, he paid a ton. He did PETA things. He couldn't even have a dog until finally it was okay with people that let him do that. And he has ever since been a model member of society. Not to mention, he didn't run the dog fighting. His boys ran it. They threw him under the bus.
Exactly.
But he still profited from it.
Really?
And
I don't know
eyes,
if he.
you
I
know
don't
what?
know if he did.
Profit off if he's
You really
buying-
think, Rob, let me ask you a question.
dogs.
You know what? No, and I'm gonna fight with this because I've always said that.
profiting off it.
You really think, in any good conscience, he's gonna come out and say, "Yeah, I did bet"? You really think he's gonna admit to betting on it? Do you really think anybody's gonna throw him under the bus again?
Well, at that
Or
point,
so
the
you
point
say
when-
At that point, when it cost him jail time, yeah, I would have sang like a
Well,
fucking
yeah.
canary.
Like,
you know what? I don't. You know what it
But
is?
yeah, I did that.
You guys can have your opinions until you want. In my eyes, and I'm not changing my mind about it, and I'm not gonna defer from it, and I'm not gonna let anybody defer my opinion about it. He's a fucking dog killer, and I don't think he deserves any other recognition.
See-
He could be a saint for the rest of his life. I don't care.
He.
When dogs are murdered, in my eyes, that's
See,
That's
that,
almost
that's
as bad-
different. That's different. You just said two completely different things, John. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick.
I
He
mean,
didn't-
that's like Trump basically calling the Central Park 5 murders, even though they've been acquitted.
He didn't.
I mean, yes, Vic did not participate in the actual murder. That was his boys that set him up for the plea bargain
There you
because
go.
that was the name. Then he served his sentence the full sentence. There was no parole hearing. He served the full sentence in his prime when the Atlanta Falcons were poised to make a trip to the Super Bowl, maybe actually win the fucking thing, because right before Vic had to go, all of a sudden, Vic, the biggest knock on Vic was his accuracy. All of a sudden, he cleared that up.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to Philly, and Philly didn't have that great of a team, and he still somehow manages to lead them to the playoffs.
Well, I'll say this. Look, I agree with everything Chris said. And Chris, I think you know where I'm about to go with this, because a certain somebody that me and you both know, he can't stand me for giving my take on Michael Vick. Remember that?
I know all about it.
And you know, he pretty much told someone to tell me fuck you. And the way I look at it, if you can't say it to me, then I can't respect you, period. But I look at it like this. The moral of the story is to watch the company you keep. His boys ratted him out. They threw him under the bus. And that's how he was able to go to jail. And I have a dog. And I can sit here and say Michael Vick did the crime. Well, he financed the crime, and he served his time in prison. So, you know, when I see people complain about Michael Vick, I just ask them, so, okay, I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions. One, do people still get mad at y'all for shit you did 10 to 12 years ago? Let that motherfucker go. That's
and
the
other thing, he had to actually ask permission from the ASPCA to have a dog.
Yeah. And two, I see people all the time shooting deer and they're cutting their heads off and putting them on their wall. Do they get mad? Do you get mad at them too? Like you did Michael Vick? So, yeah, like I'm with you, Chris. Look, what Michael Vick did was a horrible thing. I'm not denying that, but the man did his time. He credits Tony Dungy with saving his life.
Yeah, like at the same time though, like, so we're talking about the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't believe Kaepernick should be in the based on stats. If he gets in for what he's done afterwards, I mean, that's fine. I believe it's the NFL pandering a little bit.
It's 100% them pandering.
Oh, yeah, it's 100% pandering because of certain things and all that. I don't believe it. I mean, he still wants to play. Let him play.
Well,
but it is what it is.
What's funny is
But
he had every right to...
Stats-wise, I mean, how come Donovan McNabb isn't brought in it? Right. I mean, I'm not the biggest Donovan McNabb fan, but I just know stats when I see him, and he had stats out the ass.
Which, by the way, why didn't Denver take a crack at him?
Why didn't Denver take a crack? Well, first off, John Elway had Drew Lock.
He's hurt.
Then Drew Lock. Yeah, he got hurt.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, why didn't they take a crack at him now? Give him a. Why did they not give him a tryout?
They also wanted Blake Bortles last year.
And Bortles is.
Now they got him.
Yeah, and he's starting.
Well, Jeff Driscoll's starting right now, and Jeff Driscoll did perfectly fine.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, also, I don't think Kaepernick wants to go to Denver.
I don't think Kaepernick wants to be in the league anymore. To be honest.
Well,
if he wanted to be in the league, he would take any job that would go his way.
But the thing is, that would hurt his stance. That's where it's become more about his social stance. I mean, I respect what Kaepernick has done for people, but to be like, oh, I want to play and then use the NFL as a scapegoat when they've given him chance after chance, even though it's weird.
Chris, me and you were on this show literally the day after Kaepernick blew off the NFL for his fucking tryout.
Well, the funny thing is the tryout, though, was weird because they usually give it, because the tryout's usually on a Wednesday or a Tuesday. So to have a tryout on a Saturday when they're during the football season when they're thinking about things was weird. That was the NFL's problem. I think the NFL fucked him over on that one.
But you know what? Cap also, to me, fucked himself because at the last minute he changed venues. That's like me going to a job interview and saying, "Hey, can you come over to my house and do the job interview instead of me coming to you?" That's the equivalent of what he did.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, I'm only going to have people there that show my positives, nothing else.
See, that's what I was just about to say. I was about to say is if he went there and then nobody showed up and there was at least film of him trying out, and then there's no one there, so why should we? No, that you just make the NFL look like a fucking idiot then by just showing up and doing your tryout. You made the NFL look stupid for booking it on a fucking Saturday.
Yeah,
But
they
the
shouldn't have
fact
done
that-
it because almost every other tryout's like on a Wednesday.
But the fact that you then decided to change venues and go someplace else, you have egg on your face now.
Oh yeah, that's what fucked them over.
Yeah.
And I think we're spending a little too much time on this Kaepernick Hall of Fame debate because it's retarded.
Well, that
Excuse
was.
my
that
language.
I'm
was-
ready to-
that
I'm
was
ready to
big
look.
news. That was really. That
I'm
was.
ready. I'm ready to talk about Notre Dame having COVID.
No, I'm
But-
ready to. Yeah, I'm ready to talk about what I saw, what I like, what I saw this weekend. I just have a lot of hot takes, and I'm ready to. Pick
Or we
games.
gonna talk some baseball first before we forget about it.
I got nothing to say.
I was gonna say, is there any news? I mean,
Oh yeah. The Phillies were in the playoffs. Now they're on the outside looking into where they have to win out and hope that a team fucks up. I mean, you had a chance and then you blew it. But
Yeah, the Mets had the same chance, and they choked.
they need to win.
Yeah.
They're losing 7-2. They're losing 7-2 right now to Tampa Bay.
It's over.
They're done.
I was gonna say they
It's
need
over.
to. They
They're
need to win every game and have San Francisco lose every one of theirs.
Yeah, I mean, it was a. I knew it was a crapshoot coming into the season with their pitching staff in disarray as it was. The only thing I got to root DeGrom to hopefully win a third straight Cy Young.
Dude, all
But I
I
have
gotta
a
say
feeling-
is
I have a feeling. No, let me tell you. I have one. There's only one person that's going to give him trouble for that. That's Trevor Bauer. It's Trevor Bauer. I looked at his stats today. Trevor's stats and Jacob's stats. Trevor's is a little better than Jake's, but not by much. It's going to come down to Bauer and DeGrom for the Cy Young. His Darvish is starting to falter, and so is Max Field with the Braves. They're both starting to falter a little bit, but Bauer's still staying strong, and so is DeGrom. The only thing that saved DeGrom this week was that 14 strikeout performance the other day. If he had another bad game, I would have written him off this year for the Cy Young. But that kept him that's keeping him in the race. But that's all I have to say about baseball. That's it. That's it for that. So.
yeah, I got nothing.
I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. I mean, once the playoffs start, we can discuss the playoffs, who's in, who's got a chance, and all that stuff.
Oh,
But as of right now, it's still too up in the air. There's still too many teams involved, and it's impossible to call who's going to do it. It's going to come down to the final weekend. It's going to come down to this weekend.
there is one question
That's
I have to ask Christian because he wasn't here last week. Before we add this question, what is your thoughts on them sticking with the eight teams?
That's a good question. I haven't really looked into it or thought much of it.
I don't like 8. I think they need to stay with 7. And
I
give,
like it.
and give first place an actual reason. You have to have a reason to get the top seed. Give them a bye.
Exactly. No, I could agree with that now that I hear you say that. Because I forgot they were doing something different this year with the playoffs.
Well, this
Like,
year, but they want to keep that from here on out.
Nah,
I like it.
Nah, if it's for this year, that's understandable. But here on out, nah, I'm not really liking that.
See, I like the 8. I mean, it's like the NBA playoffs, like the NHL. I know that, like, oh, yeah, you need a bye, but sometimes a bye is not a good thing. Because how many teams have we seen in the NFL playoffs come back after, they win in the division, they have a 1-week bye, and then they get smoked by the wild card team because they have to turn it on again after, shutting down?
Well,
I'll never forget. Look, I get angry with the NFL because I'll never forget the 2008 wild card round. The Indianapolis Colts were 12-4. They didn't win the division. They reeled off 9 straight wins. That was the year when Tennessee, I think, started 10-0, and they were the top seed in the AFC. You got the 12-4 Indianapolis Colts going all the way to San Diego to play the 8-8 San Diego Chargers at the time. Really?
Hey, it happened before with Seattle Seahawks, man. The Seattle Seahawks were 8-8, and they hosted a playoff game
Against the Saints.
And then beast mode, Skittles.
That's when beast mode happened.
Good old Skittles. But
Yeah.
I mean, listen, this year the 8's fine. I think the fact that they're only doing 3-game series, I think you should give the top seed a bye.
Exactly.
See, I like. Well, I think 8 works because the more teams that are in the playoffs, I think it's better for baseball, because that's the biggest problem that's always been with baseball. It's like, again, with how the big market goes, it's like, oh well, the playoffs always like big market teams
Hell, the
always get there.
Padres made it. The Padres officially clinched last night.
Have the Marlins clinched yet or no?
I don't know.
God, I hope not.
I know they were on
Chris,
the
whether you
verge
like
of
it or
doing it.
not, the Marlins are most likely going to be in the playoffs. I hate to say it,
They are.
Yeah.
but they're going to be. They're going to be.
Because before it looked like it was going to be the Braves, Marlins, Braves, us, and then the Marlins, I guess, and then it was the Cubs, the Reds.
No, right now the Marlins are tied. They're 2 games out of the loss column to Philly. Philly's winning right now. I don't know what Marlins are doing right now.
Oh,
Marlins
so
were
and,
losing to the Braves.
Philly
4-3
won.
the last
Philly,
time I-
Philly won.
I thought, I was like, are we in again now all of a sudden?
Yeah, you're 2 out of the loss column. You're tied in the win column, but winning percentage is the only reason that you would miss out.
I'll tell you one thing I got to say about your team, Chris, and this is not a knock, and you'll even agree with this. Your bullpen sucks.
Actually, you would
Oh,
get in.
God,
You would get in
yeah.
on the 8 seed. You'd get in
Oh,
on the
God.
8 seed.
Oh, God, we'd get killed by the Dodgers. Great. You know
Your
what? Missed the
bullpen is the
Missed
most.
the playoffs. Missed the playoffs. I do not want to get murdered by the Dodgers.
But
But am I wrong about your bullpen?
No, you're not. The fact that Joe Girardi has us near the playoffs with a shit bullpen like that, yeah. And I don't want to play LA and LA. Chances are Bryce Harper will take a swing at his battle go up in flames.
dude, the AL
Well, that
right now.
or he'll blow something.
Right now, the AL, the people that have clinched: the Rays, the Yankees, the White Sox,
The White
Twins,
Sox.
Twins, Indians, and the Athletics.
Oh,
The
God.
fact that the Yankees clinched with how bad things were for them for a while.
They're playing
They're
playing the team that they wreck, and it's the fucking Twins.
Oh, God.
But the fact that they're, oh my God, it's like and I'm not knocking the Yankees or anything, but I'm just saying the fact that they made that playoffs with their team in disarray as bad as it was.
All I'll just say is this: 2 words. Stay tuned.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I was hoping the Phillies would be in that spot where they would play the Cubs and not the Dodgers. But if we get the 8th seed, yeah, we're playing the fucking Dodgers,
Well,
which
right
means
now-
Bryce Harper
Right now,
has to
it
go
is
to
between-
California and his battle go in flames. Clean your floors. Yeah.
Right now, it is a fight for you to either be the 8 seed or the 6
Good.
seed.
See, it'd be nice to get the 6th seed.
Because if you pass the Marlins, you'll get the 6 seed because you'll get the two clinch.
Thank God. And then who would go to LA to get killed in
Marlins.
wildfires? Oh, that's fun. They could give the Dodgers COVID.
But all I know is it's like the only thing as for a Met fan right now, we have to wait for 2 things.
November.
Wait for the offseason to happen and wait for the sale to officially go through with Steve Cohen. The second he's done, that's when a lot of people are going to know their fate with that team.
Brody Van
And when-
Dumbass and no more Taco Tuesdays.
I guarantee you, Rojas is going to be gone. Brody Van Wagenen might stay with the organization, but I'm sorry, he's going to have a lot of people to answer to, and one of those people is probably going to be Sandy Alderson.
Oh, what about good old Bonanza?
Who?
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, he's done. He's a free agent. He's a free agent. Let him go sign with whoever the fuck who the fuck he wants. Whoever the fuck. You know what? I'll say this: whatever team is stupid enough to give him money, that's
And the
going to be
horse.
your headache. He can go to Detroit, Boston, Oakland. He can go to the Yankees for all I care. He's a joke.
Just
You know
take
the
He's an
worst
absolute
thing.
joke.
Just take
You
that
know
and
what'll
exit
happen,
out
though?
with the horse you rode in on.
You know what'll happen though? He'll go to another squad,
And be
and all of a sudden he'll resurrect his career.
You know what? I don't see that happening because he's got too many outside curricular activities that he's involved in that he can go back to his ranch in the off season and hurt his ankles getting off the fucking horse again.
Yeah, the rodeo.
Hey, I
Yeah.
remember when you guys were shitting on Wheeler, and I'm happy we got Wheeler.
Yeah, but look at you want to talk about Wheeler. How many baseball players in history have hurt their hands zipping up their pants?
Hey, it happens.
One of them's a
No,
Met.
it doesn't.
One of them was a Met.
Yeah.
Nobody. I have never heard. The only other stupidest thing I ever heard is when David Cohn missed a start because he got into a fight with his mother's dog. Got nipped in the finger by a Jack Russell puppy. That was the last
There
time I
was a
heard.
baseball player that I forgot. He didn't hurt himself zipping up his pants, but he hurt himself doing something else. I've forgotten.
Putting
Putting socks on.
But I'm sorry, the fact that he was just, zipping up his pants and then he rips off a nail practically, zipping up his pants.
Dude, that is some hardcore pant zipping there, man. Damn.
What? I could say something. What was he trying to get out of a window sometime so somebody wouldn't find him? Was an angry husband coming home? I mean, come on.
Bo Duke, you missed your payments this month.
No, dude, that is like getting way pumped up and like zipping your pants with authority. Like, I'm ready to go. Yeah. Oh shit.
I'm sorry. That is the stupidest thing.
Pull a what's it called? Oh fuck! I'm trying to think of it's not Drew Barrymore.
Dude, that is the manliest
about,
pants zip ever.
It's the something about Mary moment.
Except he didn't get dick in his pants.
But no.
Hey, Chris, we gotta admit,
French.
that's the manliest pant zip ever.
We got a bleeder.
You know what I mean?
But I'm sorry. But it's like, to me, it's just like, that would all. I'm surprised it happened with him as a Philly because that's something that would have happened to him as a fucking Met. Just the way the Mets have.
No, when that happened, I literally text Chris. I go, only a former Met would do this. The only good thing is, thank God he's on the fucking Phillies.
But you know what? And Ronnie, you'll agree with this. The last thing I'll say on baseball, then we'll move on. The thing that killed the Mets this year, we had zero pitching. All we had was DeGrom. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, can you really do something about the fact that one guy got Tommy John and the other one just said, fuck it, I'm not coming back?
It's like now, I look at it as it's like, Matz is a joke. He's never had a healthy year since he started. Waka could goa for all I care. Porcello has shown signs of being good, but not worth re-signing again. Stroman, he's a free agent, so I really want to bring him back. Yes and no, because if he's the Stroman of old, he could do something. But other than that, now that hopefully we have some guy that's actually got some money behind it, we can maybe go after a higher level free agent. Maybe not the top free agent, but somebody, not a Garrett Cole, but somebody directly under him. Like a Garrett Cole-esque, like next level Garrett Cole. Because the Wilpons never broke open the wallet. Look, for God's sakes, we gave $10 million to Michael Wacha and $10 million to Rick Porcello. Yeah, they worked out real well, didn't they? Or we signed 36 to 37-year-old players that are past their prime.
It happens.
But But anyway, regardless, that's it for the baseball until the playoffs.
All right,
Let's move
All right.
on.
John.
All right, I have a request, Ronnie.
Yes.
For when we do our picks, including college, we all are separate
Okay.
because because I don't want to be lumped in the whole thing when I picked Miami and all of a sudden, yeah.
All right.
Well, when it comes to college, I don't really follow college. It's like the NFL is different, but somebody could pick when it comes to college because I really have no knowledge of any of these teams.
All right.
Really,
Well,
NFL.
I mean, we'll do me. Well, John, you don't have to worry about it. We'll do me, Chris, and Christian. Will do our pick six, and then for the pros, if you can jump in for that.
Oh, the pros.
All right.
I'm all part of the pro.
I got one little thing to say. I think Christian will probably get a laugh out of this. What the fuck is wrong with our city? What the fuck? All right, first off, like the Eagles injury bug is like ridiculous. I mean, shit. We have injury Rona.
No,
That's
that's
what
the
we have.
San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers lost 4 players playing against the Jets.
Dude, that's one game. We've lost like half our team throughout the beginning of the season.
But tell me I'm wrong with the Jets and with the Niners. How many Niners went down?
You're not, but also then we have the injury bug with the Phillies. And now with the Sixers, Billy Donovan didn't even want an interview. He said, fuck you guys, I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to go be a Bull.
And who was the
I'm gonna
first
go
person that
Bull.
said they love that? Beal.
So how shitty? No, how much of a shitty situation are we in Philly when we have 2 of the brightest young stars and we still can't get a coach?
Oh,
You know what
guys
it is?
are
It's the Colangelo front office. We need to get rid of them all.
Yeah.
We have that Colangelo stink on us still.
Oh, by the way, Chris, for pros, we're just gonna pick every game straight up, and if it's part of your 6, just say it.
All right.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. College.
I'll try to do college. If you
No,
want.
you don't know.
I'll try.
Well, that's
Cool.
That's up to you. If you want to try, that's fine. You're really.
I'll try. I'll just pick a random team. That's it. I don't know
That's
anything
fine.
about.
I was gonna say that it doesn't really matter. It's just for fun. We're not putting money on all of these.
Christian, am I wrong though? Like, we need to get rid of that Colangelo stink.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna get a laugh because I knew where you were going with it.
I mean, like that. Now we're down to like Ty Lue and Mike D'Antoni, and D'Antoni's talking about getting rid of Embiid. I'm like, what?
I could see
He's
Mark.
an idiot.
I could see Mark Jackson. Yeah.
Ty Lue?
Ty Lue, I can definitely see being there. Jackson is still on that block. They're waiting for him to be for the season to be over before they can even interview him, though.
Yeah, Ty Lue, we can do it, no problem, because the Clippers are done.
Yeah, no, but Mark Jackson's still doing the play-by-play for the finals.
Yeah, Mark Jackson also is like on our Philly normal radio thing, like normal station when he does like during games during the season. I'm like, really? Are we really going to be that shit out of luck that we're just going to end up with Mark Jackson?
You know who I see being your guy, and you're gonna kind of not be happy about this. Sam Cassell.
What?
Yeah, I could see them getting Sam Cassell.
God.
I can see it.
Constantly we have a Colangelo guy going, hey, I know Jay White. I can get Jay White on the phone. And Jay White's like, yeah, go
You
fuck
have a better
yourself.
chance of getting Jay Will. You have a better chance of getting Jay Williams.
Man, somebody said that. Like, oh, we can possibly get Jay White. They said that on the Miss Sinelli show. Miss Sinelli's like, Jay White's staying in Villanova. You don't want any part of this train wreck.
Jay White already said, yeah, nope, fuck off.
That's what he did. Like, guys at work are like, oh, we can get Jay White from Nova. I'm like, Jay White is going to tell us to fuck off.
He already
He owns
did.
Villanova. Yeah, he owns Villanova. And the thing is, I turn on the radio that day when I said that. Yeah, Jay White has said he's happy in Villanova. There you go.
He's not even. No, the exact words were, "I'm not even considered for the job."
Yeah, we have. The thing is, we have Simmons, we have Embiid, we have. Oh God, fucking. Ugh. Yeah, we have Simmons, we have Embiid, we have Harris.
Yep.
You know, we have fucking. Oh my God, the rookie.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about, Christian.
Korkmaz.
No. I said the rookie, not the shitty.
I like how I said Korkmaz and just instantly went no.
I said the rookie, not the retard, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
The guy from Washington.
Oh,
my
God, I forget
God.
his name.
Gonna piss me off.
The roster. Here we go.
Thibault.
Oh, okay.
You know, we got like a decent core. We got Tobias, Matisse, Joel, Ben Simmons. I mean, Shake Milton's getting better. We still got Josh Richardson, who's pretty decent. You know, then we got, you know, Herky Jerky Furky from Turkey. That's never saw a 3-point shot he didn't like.
And miss.
But Tweety Bird misses it all the time. Fucking Christ. I mean, we have a decent squad. We just need to get coached up.
Korkmaz, if you haven't been paying attention.
Yeah, we just need to get him coached up. And we can't even do that right. Because no coach is going to be like, yeah, nah, we're good. Because of that Colangelo stink. We need to get rid of anything with Colangelo. Ugh. Like, Elton Brand can stay because he's not a Colangelo guy. But everybody else, Colangelo, we got to go. I mean, they tried to take out the remnants of Sam Hinkie, but then they got stuck with Colangelo and his fucking 500 Twitter burner accounts. Yeah.
Oh,
all
my
right,
God. We have college pick'ems. Holy shit. All right. What did you guys like last week?
You go first, Chris.
I know what he's going to say.
Well, I liked that Notre Dame did what Notre Dame should do when they're a top 10 team facing a shit team, and they booed them the fuck out and shut them out, which I did like. I loved it. Of course, I didn't like that 13 players tested for Rona this week.
And they will not be playing.
Yeah, another thing I liked is what I said that would happen. The U showed up. And De'Aaron King all of a sudden put himself right in the mix of and he put himself and Miami right in the mix of that upper echelon of ACC teams.
Yeah, Chris pretty much led me he led me with that perfect segue right there, Ronnie. Saturday was the first time I got the chance to actually sit down and watch De'Aaron King play. It's one thing when you watch highlights, but when you see them in actual game-like situations, you get a different perspective. And this kid is as good as advertised. Louisville came in wanting to run to stop him from running, and De'Aaron King threw that ball from that pocket pretty much all night. I mean, he had a perfect game at the office. I was so impressed with what I saw, and you just look at the overall talent of quarterbacks in the ACC. You have Trevor Lawrence, of course. You have De'Aaron King. You have Malik Cunningham. You have Ian Book. You have Sam Howell at North Carolina. That's a lot of talent if you think about it. But I was so impressed with the way Miami looked. And the way Miami looked, what did I say the key was in that game, Chris? What did they have to do? Let me see if You pay attention to me.
Oh, let me see. Well, they had to shut down Malik Cunningham.
Okay. All right.
They-
You're
they-
kind of
they
you're in
tried
the
to do it.
ballpark.
Yeah, they had to show up. They had to answer back, and was it De'Aaron King had to have a good game?
No, the key was Miami had to get a turnover, and they got two of them.
Yeah, the turnover.
When they get turnovers, they don't lose football games. And when they got those 2 turnovers at Louisville, they were locked in. It was signed, sealed, delivered. I was so impressed. And you got to watch out for this Miami team in the ACC. Yeah, I know Clemson is the upper echelon, and I know a lot of people are high on Notre Dame, as am I, and I know people are high on North Carolina, but I really think the 4 best teams in the ACC are Clemson, Miami, Notre Dame, and North Carolina.
Same. Like, and the other thing, what the Canes did, like every time, I mean, this was straight up quintessential Miami football. Like every time Louisville went to score, the Canes answered within seconds, not minutes, seconds. And that just demoralizes your team because it's like, all right, we just spent 6 minutes. Yes, we're 10 down. All of a sudden, 12 seconds later, touchdown, Miami. You're just like, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, basically. Basically, you're like that. And then you do it again. You're like, there's no way they're going to do it again. All of a sudden, boom, 75 yards. You're like, really? Just really? And that's when you start getting careless with the ball because you have to take more risks, and that's when the turnover chain comes out.
Turnover chain.
Yeah, look, that's what I like the most. Just seeing Miami handle business. But another thing I like, the Big Ten schedule finally came out. And last week, around this time, Ronnie asked me, what is it that makes the Big Ten so special? Some of my favorite matchups within the country come from that conference. Ohio State and Penn State. I think they're the second game of the 8-game slate. You look at, Michigan and Minnesota. That's a really intriguing game in a couple of weeks. Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan State, and then December 12th to end it all. The game, Michigan, Ohio State. And as I said, that's college football's version of Duke and North Carolina. It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
And then the final game for everybody's season will be whatever they rank will be playing the other teams that.
Yeah.
So like 1 versus 1, 2 versus 2, 3, 3,
Right.
4, 4.
Yeah. And quick thing, December 12th, Notre Dame, Wake Forest. That will be the date.
And December 12th is the day before my birthday.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. What I love about Big Ten football, because what I do love about it, it's the only league really that gets a lot of pub that's in the Northeast. Or that's in that northern, it's like northern football. Like when you think Big Ten football, you think football, like in the mud, in the snow, grime, down south in the SEC, you see rain games, and you're like, all right, you get a little bit of mud, but most of the games are hot as balls. And what I'm going to even love more about Big Ten football this year is it starts in late October. So you don't get them hot, dumbass summer games. You get football, like quintessential Big Ten football weather.
Yeah.
Like cold, you see their breath. The snow in Minnesota or in Ohio State, or even in Michigan, the like chewed up mud fields.
Hell, even places like Rutgers, you're right by the fucking cold. You're right by the fucking river in Rutgers.
Yeah.
You want cold? That fucking wind cuts through your fucking ass.
Only problem is Rutgers ain't
is
gonna
terrible.
have a gimme game this week.
Oh my god! Oh, I just looked at
Rutgers is not gonna have a gimme game this year.
They ain't winning. I'm calling it right now. They ain't winning a game this year.
Did you hear this? Nebraska has been complaining about their schedule because apparently they have Minnesota. Well, they're in the West, so they can't get rid of. They have Michigan.
Here we go. They have Ohio State, Wisconsin. I'm gonna read straight down. At Ohio State, Wisconsin, at Northwestern, Penn State, Illinois, at Iowa, at Purdue, home against Minnesota.
They could
Well,
win
the
the
thing
one
is, you
against.
wanted
They
to
could
defend
probably-
against the Big Ten. This is what you get.
Yeah,
They could win the one. They could win the one against Purdue, possibly.
Rutgers schedule. Oh God.
Oh, it's death row, bro. It is straight up death row.
Go over it. I gotta laugh at this.
At MSU.
At Michigan State.
Yeah.
Okay.
To open it, home against Indiana.
There's a possible winnable game,
At
maybe.
Yeah.
At the shoe. Home against the Illini. Home against Michigan. At Purdue. Home against Penn State and at Maryland.
God damn.
So it's official. Rutgers will be playing Northwestern.
I could say I could say possibly they have a shot against Illinois, but Illinois got better.
No, dude. Like honestly,
Lovie Smith got Illinois playing again.
the one person. Listen, the only thing that would have helped them is if they had fans, because Shiano being back, the student section will be fucking packed.
Of course.
But
yeah,
but-
if Michigan comes to pull them out.
well, here's the thing. Well, that's the thing. You know as well as I do that if this was, it doesn't matter what the record is. If they see Michigan there, that is an 8 p.m. game, and it is a scarlet letter game for Rutgers. You know that's gonna be for everybody. Get your shit in order. We gotta go. Because that's just it's Michigan, so it's one of those things where you know the fans are gonna be up, especially with Shiano being back. The shoe is going to be fucking insane because Shiano going back to Ohio State. Just wish there was fucking a crowd. The crowd would be... That's the other thing, too. That's why college football feels so weird. There's no fans. The places that
None.
actually have fans, it feels normal. It feels normal.
Well, I think the Big Ten will have we'll have 20%.
Students.
Yeah, students, band, family.
They'll pull a Notre Dame. They'll do exactly what Notre Dame is doing.
Yeah, well, I don't know how longer Notre Dame will do that with the 13 players testing
I was
positive.
going to say minus the COVID.
Yeah. Minus the COVID, please.
Well, I mean,
But you know,
Rutgers-
according to our moron in chief, we're turning the corner.
well,
200,000 deaths. We're turning the corner
But anyway,
to
so
400,000.
but anyway, with it coming down to it, coming into this week, Chris, they actually put out a college pick'em finally.
Holy shit. Yeah, because the SEC is actually starting to play now.
Yeah, it's actually
Until they get hammered with COVID again.
dude, you know them. They'll just say fuck it. Yeah, you're out. Bye. We're going. We're just gonna keep going.
Yeah, well, Tennessee, they're a little fucked.
Yeah. So I mean, come on, my whole team had it.
Yeah, good old Rocky Top, huh?
Fucking Ed Ogeron. Yeah, half my team had it already.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, go Tigers. Go Tigers. Maybe we'll be able to play.
All right.
Hopefully
So, all right, you guys ready for the picks for the pick six?
Let's
do
go.
it.
Let's go. Let's
All
get
right,
these ones.
let's-
Remember, this is individual now.
Yes. All right. Let's take it to the house. Oh, my head. All right.
Sam Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold. USC came back to USC one. No, fuck. Oh wait. No, for the NFL, it's my leg.
My head, my
head,
leg.
my leg. I just tore my
Oh, he'll get
ACL.
Corona. I guarantee Sam Darnold's going to get corona.
He'll tear an ACL.
I mean, he got mono. What's to stop him from getting corona?
All right, so I'm just gonna go through the 10 games that they have up here, and then we'll go through the other ones that we want to do.
All right, the quick postponements.
Yeah.
Of course, Notre Dame, Wake Forest, Tulsa, Arkansas State's postponed. USF FAU is postponed. That's scary because
FAU
Notre Dame-
is it's FAU. That's got COVID. Because
All right.
remember they canceled last week, too.
and the Mean Green and the Cougs can't play again. Is Houston ever going to be able to play a game?
Probably not.
Damn. He can't play again. I mean, Houston's like, we want to play. We want to play. We're going to play Baylor, right? Nope, you're not. We want to play North Texas. Nope, you're not playing us either.
Wait, who's FAU playing?
USF.
USF.
They were.
Okay.
South Florida.
I thought you
That's
said
why I was wondering, because did Notre Dame get it from South Florida?
No, because remember the Flying Kiffins canceled their game last week.
The Kiffins are Ole Miss. You know that, right?
You know what I mean. You get what I mean. Like they were
Yeah,
they
FAU.
can't
FAU, yeah.
yeah, they canceled last week. So
Yeah, but they're no longer the Flying Kiffins because Kiffin is the coach of Ole Miss.
I know, but I'm just saying they
Not the
canceled
Flying
last.
Kiffins.
Yeah, now it's the running Kiffins. Yeah, no, they can't remember they canceled last week. So
Yeah.
all right, let's go through this. So first one on the list they have is UK. What is it? Kentucky versus Auburn.
Oh, we're going. I thought.
Well, I'm gonna do the. I'm
Hill,
gonna do the pick'ems first.
all
then we'll go
'cause I was
through.
like,
Before we start, are we going to do picks for Clash 2?
Yeah,
Champions
yeah.
or no?
I was gonna say you want to pull that up.
I already have it up. I just
All
wanted
right.
to know.
Yeah, we'll do it. We're just gonna do this. So Kentucky Auburn. Auburn is a 7.5 point favorite.
Auburn. It's in Jordan Hare.
Yeah, it's in Jordan
Yeah, I'm
Hare.
gonna say.
Oh no, I'm just saying it's in Jordan Hare. I'm making this one of my locks.
Yeah, I'm taking Auburn too. I'm ready to see what Bo Nix does in his second year. I really like what he did last year, and I think it's going to be a long day at the office for Kentucky. And this game will hopefully set up something really big next weekend in Athens with the Georgia Bulldogs. And Chris and I were talking because I kind of needed Chris's help about previewing some college games. There was nothing on the slate that really caught my eye. Next week, though, will be much better.
Woo-hoo! Oh yeah. So, I mean, I'm not gonna take a lock on this because you never know what Kentucky's gonna come out,
That's true too, but I'm liking this one.
and Kentucky gets their quarterback back. Kentucky has. I mean, yeah, Auburn should win with ease in Jordan Hare, but Kentucky likes to make things interesting.
They always do, but they always like to freaking die off real quick. Too.
Yeah, but the thing is, when they do make things interesting, they win a couple games to make things interesting, and then they lose. Badly. At home against Florida.
I like how you have to add that.
Yeah.
John, who you got?
I said Auburn.
Are you taking Auburn? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, next. Florida is a 14-point favorite against the running Kiffins.
Gators.
Yeah,
Gators.
Gators.
Yeah, I'm taking Florida.
Trask is back.
Yep.
Defense.
Trask is back. The defense is gonna be fast. They're gonna be physical. And under Dan Mullen, their offense has really climbed the ladder every single year that he's been there. I actually have Florida
still on probation and sanctions.
Yeah, I actually have Florida winning the SEC East.
Ooh. Somebody doesn't believe in Uga.
Look, I think Georgia's gonna be there, but look, I think I just trust Kyle Trask a little bit more than the options that Georgia has right now at quarterback.
Yeah, they don't even have Fromm anymore.
Right, and if Fromm were here, Georgia would be a lock to win it. But look, I just think I really like. I saw a couple of Florida games last season, and next to Texas, Florida was one of my most improved teams last year. They beat up on Auburn, how they beat up on the U last year. Just some examples, but I'm pretty high on this team. I really like what Dan Mullen has started to build out there.
Okay. All right, next. K-State takes on Oklahoma. Good old Boomer Sooners, 28-point favorite.
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Boomer.
it's in Norman, right?
It's in,
God.
Yeah, get Boomer Sooner.
K-State couldn't beat Arkansas State at home. You really think I'm going to take them against the Sooners?
Yeah, I'm with you guys across the board. I just don't know if Kansas State has enough to keep up with the Oklahoma Sooners. And Spencer Rattler, he's just gonna have another day at the office. And this is another kid I can't wait to see play. I've seen the reels, I've seen the highlights, but I want to see him in game action because he seems to be just as good as advertised.
Yeah. All right. Next, Georgia Southern takes on the Raging Cajuns. 11.5-point favorites are the Raging Cajuns.
Raging Cajun.
Woo! At that. Oh shit! I'm gonna go Raging Cajuns.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
Cajuns.
Louisiana as well.
Yeah, I think.
But I won't take Louisiana to cover that spread.
No,
though.
I don't like that spread. The 11.5. It's not a good number. And Auburn, I know I'm an idiot for taking Auburn at 7.5, but I think they're going to win by more than by 10 points. But all right, so Iowa State is a 2.5-point favorite against TCU.
I'm gonna go TCU. Iowa State showed me nothing.
I'm gonna take Iowa. I'll take Iowa State.
I'm gonna take TCU. I just don't like the way Brock Purdy is looking right now. He's not taking care of the ball. I know he doesn't really have the offensive line to keep him upright, but you got to try and trust those guys up front. But he's making what I call a lot of frustration throws. That pressure comes to him in that pocket, and he just lets the ball leave his hands just so he can avoid taking a sack.
Yeah, I like the Super Frogs. The fact that you're getting 2.5. I mean, I would take this as a straight up win. You got to take them straight up, and you're getting plus. If you're betting on this, you're getting plus money for it. At plus 120, you're doubling your money and then some. So yeah, you take TCU to win straight up. Or
I mean, like Iowa State, you watch the game against the Raging Cajuns, and they weren't. I mean, Iowa State didn't look that great at all. They got mauled.
That, or you tease the living shit out of this, and you tease it to 3.5, so you have that leeway.
But they got mauled. I mean, Iowa State showed me nothing.
Yeah. No, I get you on that. All right, next. This is another one of my locks. Mississippi State takes on LSU. 16.5 point spread. Give me LSU.
LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
Yeah, I'm going to take LSU as well. I think Miles Brennan's going to be good. They're going to coach him, and they're going to coach him to his strengths. They're not going to let him unleash that playbook and open up that playbook until he's 100% comfortable.
Yeah. All right. Next, we have Army taking on Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a 13.5 point favorite.
I'm going to go Army on that.
Gotta go to the Bearcats.
I'm taking Cincinnati, but not the cover.
Yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati as well, but I do think Army's going to make it a close game.
Yeah, I'm with John saying that Army's going to keep this close and possibly win it on that note, but I don't think they're going to win the game. It's going to be it's Army. It's kind of like how Navy is, where they're going to literally just run the damn ball. Tennessee. Sorry, go ahead.
I like Cincinnati. The Bearcats are too good.
Oh, no, I'm saying that. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying this is not going to be a 2-touchdown game. This might be a 10-point win. This might be a 7-point win. This is not going to be a 14-point win.
I think Cincinnati UCF's Army, personally. I think this really shows how vulnerable Army is. I think Cincinnati mauls them.
Okay. Tennessee is a 3.5 point favorite against South Carolina.
Tennessee.
Give me the Gamecocks.
I'm going Gamecocks.
I'm gonna agree with John. Nah, you know what? Sorry, John, you're on your own. I don't trust Tennessee. I'm gonna take South Carolina.
With all the
And
stuff
South
that's
Carolina's
going,
at home, and Tennessee's been dealing with COVID all freaking.
Yeah, and look, I still think Jeremy Pruitt is under some growing pains out there in Knoxville.
Oh yeah.
next, the Noles take on the U.
It's all about the U.
The
There you
U
go.
is favored by 11.
You.
It's all about the U.
I'm taking the U in this one. I really like what I saw from them against Louisville. They're at home. It's a rivalry game. Limited fans will be there. That's actually one I'm going to be talking about on Twitter, giving my breakdown during the game as well. Yeah, I think De'Ara King has another big day at the office.
John, are you
And-
taking...
Oh, and it's also the ABC night game, and we know the U shows up. And so I have an over/under 2 Blackman interceptions.
I'm going to say
Over. Over.
Because that line still can't block, and against a Miami pass rush, that's not a good idea.
John, did you say you were taking the U?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I heard you, but I wanted just to clarify. All right, final on the college pick'ems. NC State takes on Virginia Tech. The Hokies are a 6.5-point favorite.
Take Tech.
Tech.
Yeah, where are they playing?
It's in Tech.
It's in Blacksburg.
Yep.
Tech's been dealing with COVID for a fucking ever. I think I'm going to take NC State because they knocked the rust off, and Tech hasn't played a game yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking North Carolina State as well. I like what Dave Doran is doing out there. Yeah, I'm taking the Wolfpack.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So other games that are on the list.
Oh yeah.
On the
Here we go.
docket. All right. We'll just go down the list of important games. We already talked about Florida. We already talked about Auburn, Oklahoma. All right. Pittsburgh is a 3-point favorite against Louisville.
Huh.
It's at Heinz Field. Give me Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
I'm going to take Louisville with an upset.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Chris, actually. I'm taking Louisville. I think they bounce back because they know they're a much better team than what they put on display on Saturday night against Miami.
And also, you're thinking I'm going to take Pat Narduzzi to win 3 straight. Come on. He has never done that.
Hey, 2020 is a fucked up year.
Yeah, but this is Pat Narduzzi.
All right. Next, the Cuse hosts Georgia Tech. Tech is a freaking 8-point favorite.
I'm
Yeah.
taking the Ramblin' Wreck.
John, what did you say?
I said Tech.
Yeah, give me the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia Tech as well. I just never know what I'm going to get out of Louisville. I mean, not Louisville, out of Syracuse.
Cuse.
Yeah, the Cuse. See, we thought they
You'll
would have...
get defense, no offense. That's what you'll get.
Yeah.
All right, one of my locks. I am taking the UCF Golden Knights
that
over
was
the
actually-
East Carolina Pirates. And the points. They are going to murder East Carolina.
It's 28.5 you got, right?
Yeah, 27.
27.5. Sorry.
Not 27 and a half, 27.
No, it's 20. On here, it's 27.5. The line moved.
Really? Because I have it right from ESPN, and they use William Hill.
Yeah, and I'm looking right at William Hill Sportsbook. It's 27.5.
Oh, they fucked up. Whatever. Yeah, I'll take UCF.
It doesn't really matter. If you think they're going to blow the doors off of them, what's a half a point?
They're going to win by like 30.
Yeah. All right. All right, Texas.
Here.
Texas takes on Texas Tech. Texas is an 18-point favorite. It's at Tech.
I'm taking Texas to win, but not that cover.
I'm taking Texas as well. I think points are going to be scored in this one. I think Sam Ellinger has a really good day.
Yep. John?
Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Texas.
Go Horns. Hook 'em.
Hook 'em. I'll take, and then I got another upset.
Oh, yeah. I was just about to say this game, I think.
I watched Oklahoma State last week.
Take me home, country
They
road.
they really had nothing. After Spencer went out, after Spencer Sanders went out, they really struggled. And coming against Dana Holgerson's West Virginia Mountaineers. Wait, is it Holgerson still? Or Holgerson's in Houston?
No, Holgerson is coaching in Houston.
It's Houston.
Yeah, who's in West Virginia now?
I don't know off the top of my head.
But either way, I'm taking as a lock also. West Virginia beats OK State.
I mean, West Virginia murdered whoever they played the first week. The first week, and the thing is, the first team only played like half the game. Like literally half the game. Neil Brown, that's who it is. Neil Brown. Yeah, Neil Brown's got them, dude. Whew. And that defense was damn good. So.
All right, John, who you taking?
I already said it, didn't I?
I didn't hear you.
I forget. Who are the teams again?
West Virginia versus OK State.
I said Virginia.
Okay, I did not hear you. That's my fault. Christian, you taking you clean and sweep on this one, or are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Gonna take
we're
the
sweeping.
I was gonna say, or that, or are you gonna take the mullet?
Nah. Wait, who are you guys taking? You guys taking West Virginia?
Yeah, good old country road.
You know what? I'm going against you guys. I'm taking Oklahoma.
You're taking the Pokes?
He's going with the mullet.
All right.
All right. The Bulldogs. Good old Uga takes on Arkansas. 26-point favorite to Uga.
Okay.
Georgia's on the road.
Yeah, it's
they
on the road.
win, but they don't cover that spread.
Yeah, Georgia's going to win this one, and in order to help the new quarterback, expect them to be very heavy in the ground game. They're going to run that football, and I think that defense is going to pick up exactly where they left off. I think this is still the best defensive team in the SEC.
Yeah, Uga and don't cover. The Duke Blue Devils take on the Virginia Cavaliers. 5.5-point favorite to the Virginia. I was about to call them the Cavs. I see an upset here. Cavs, we don't know what Cavaliers have right now. Because I think this is their first game. Give me Duke.
The Cavs have been dealing with Rona, and what we've seen is like teams that are dealing with Rona the next week, they're horribly sluggish. I'm going to take Duke, and Chase Bryce actually gets a win.
Yeah, I'm taking Duke as well because Duke's been knocking at the door in a lot of their games. It's been the second half that's been a thorn in their side for them, but I think they put it together on Saturday.
Hey, Chris, the cupcakes just keep coming. Missouri hosts Alabama.
I don't know if this is a cupcake because wait, isn't Missouri's Missouri's quarterback is the ex-Clemson quarterback.
It's 27 points, by the way, just so you know. The Tide are favored.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Alabama to win, but I don't know about that 27 points. And Missouri's also at home.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think they'll pull off the gas. I think they'll keep ahead, but I think that Missouri will get some garbage points and Bama wins by 21.
I'm taking Alabama as well. I think they're going to play with a serious chip on their shoulders. This team would have been another contender once again if they were healthy. And they're healthy. Mac Jones is going to be their starter. I expect their defense to be a lot better because the issue that they had on defense last season was their linebacking core because Dylan Moses was out.
Yeah. All right, John.
Alabama.
Roll Tide. All right, we already did South Carolina. By the way, that spread went up on South Carolina to 3.5. That's even better. That's the prime number. Kansas Jayhawks take on the Baylor Bears at 17.5 points. Or Baylor. This is a lock. Give me the Bears. Kansas
Bears.
sucks.
Wait, who?
The Bears versus the Jayhawks.
Oh God. Oh, yeah. Give me Baylor.
Baylor
Clean
is
sweep.
Yeah.
Dave Aranda's getting his first win as a head coach.
Yep. And then finally on here you got Troy versus BYU. BYU's a 14-point favorite.
Who are you?
Michael Jackson's favorite college. Brigham Young.
Really?
Boo.
Oh,
Really?
Go to hell.
Really,
That
really?
was. I got one.
All right, who
I
is
got
it?
one laugh. It's BYU versus Troy. It's ironically Michael Jackson's favorite college with his favorite condom.
Oh God, BYU.
BYU.
The Aggies and the Commodores. Vanderbilt and Texas A&M.
Oh, you got that one on there. Yeah, that
Yeah.
spread. I'm not touching that game at all. 30.5-point spread.
Well, I'll take A&M, but not the spread. I think Kellen Mond will be great. And this is Vandy.
Yeah, 46. If you're not gonna take that, you take the over on this game. The over under is 46. You take the over.
Oh God, definitely. All right. Who you got, Christian?
What's the odd teams again?
Texas A&M whooping Vandy.
Oh, Texas A&M.
Oh,
Dear God.
oh, you wanna bet too, Chris? That's good. Remember how we were saying about Bama not covering 27? They'll hit the over on 56.
Ah.
Between them and Missouri, I think they'll hit 56 points.
All right, so we have to have 6 locks, right?
Yeah, you got UCF. You have
UCF.
West Virginia.
I'm gonna lock Florida.
Okay.
Money line locks. I don't do that
No,
damn spread
no.
shit.
Yeah, the locks are money line. It's who you.
All right, UCF, Florida. I'm going to lock LSU. I know, really shocking, right? I'm locking West Virginia. I'm locking the Mountaineers.
Yep.
I'm locking down the Tide, the Aggies, and the Canes.
Well, you just need one more.
Oh, I need one more?
Yeah.
And I'm going to lock down
No.
BYU.
No. I'm saying you pick between Aggies or the Canes.
Oh. I'm going to take the Aggies because they got Vandy.
Yeah, because I was gonna say you had 5 when you were doing that. So
Oh, okay.
Christian.
My lock is gonna be Florida over Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin gets a rude awakening into the SEC.
Welcome back to the SEC, Wayne. Guess what? You're not in
Exactly.
Alabama.
I'm gonna say that as a lock, and then my other lock, Alabama over Missouri. I just think Alabama, they're gonna be angry. This is almost gonna be like Michigan's revenge tour, but Alabama's a good team. Michigan, they were a little inconsistent that year.
Michigan's revenge tour. Only Alabama actually can do it.
Exactly.
I was gonna say you got any more or you just
Nah,
stick
that's all I got.
Okay. John, you don't have to give any locks. You gave picks. You're fine with that. And me, I'm going Bama. Bama, shocking. South Carolina, West Virginia, LSU, the Baylor Bears, and War Eagle and Auburn.
Ah.
Yeah, we'll keep track of these. We'll have some fun. But getting back into the other pick 6.
Dun, 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 dun,
dun,
dun, dun,
Oh
dun,
my!
dun.
Oh my God! My ACL. Everything's torn. What the fuck is going on?
Well, it was nice having Jalen Rager for a while.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's out a couple weeks with a fucking thumb.
Christian.
Chris, tell him what I told you in our text earlier.
Oh, God. Oh, where is it? Oh, yeah, he was fingering hookers. I knew it.
Or he's fingering the COVID girls.
No, that'd be Sam Darnold.
Oh God.
No, that's the NBA in the bubble.
He got COVID. No, Lou Williams is gone.
No,
He
I'm
can
joking.
get his wings down in Cali, so.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Yeah.
But Christian, congratulations. You fucking won the week.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
13-3, while the rest of us went 12-4.
13-3.
Well, the rest of us
Right.
went 12-4, which still is not bad, straight up.
Nah, not really.
No. Overall, though, me and Chris are beating both of you by one game. It's 22-10 to 21-11.
Hey, we're tied.
Hey,
Yep.
John, come on, John. We got to get it together, baby.
Hey, I take what I take the shots I take.
Hey,
you know,
you're
if they win,
John.
they win.
I was gonna say John's happy with the fact that he went 12-4 this week.
Oh yes. So the meme of the week. Did you beat the Jets? Yes. What it cost?
Everything.
Everything.
And what is it? There's a YouTube Tom Grassi. He actually is like 49ers watching the Jets game. It's like, oh yeah. And then all of a sudden Bosa's hurt and he's just like shocked, like and then you see the rest of the injuries and he's just in the fetal position, like
Yeah, there goes my fucking bet too.
yeah. All of a sudden the 49ers don't look too great now, do they?
No. By the way, what the fuck just happened? Did they cancel 2 of the fucking games for baseball? Because literally, I'm just checking my bets. I just got money back because they just voided out the Dodgers and the fucking Giants. Did they replace the pitchers?
Wildfires, man.
Like, what the hell is going on? I literally just see void. I'm like, why are you voided?
Because too many exploding trees.
No, the game's going on. Actually, you know what? I'm happy they voided them. You know why? The Rockies are beating the Giants and the Dodgers are losing the Athletics. I'm happy they voided them.
Yeah,
Good.
they got to clean their floors, you know,
Yeah.
or some bullshit, whatever.
All right. Well, anyway,
All right, takeaways. My God, the Eagles are horrible.
apparently the Jets are under investigation for their turf.
What the fuck? What, is that why the 49ers players got hurt? Really? They're going to blame the turf?
Yeah, because it's a new
Holy
surface.
shit. That is on Trumpian levels of excuses. It's not my fault. It's this. It's like, no, you just got hurt.
Dude, talk
You
about
really
being
just got hurt.
talk about being gun shy now though. They're gonna blame it on the turf, and they had to stay in New York for a week to face the Giants this week.
On the same
That
exact
turf.
But the turf is the problem.
They said it was too sticky. You know what? Fuck it. All right, fine. Rip the shit up. Put the original AstroTurf on, and let's see how you like it. You remember the Meadowlands AstroTurf back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
The concrete? Or fuck it, the vet? The old vet? The shit they used to put on the fucking carpet with sand, the sand and carpet they put on the vet?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. Do we really need to go back with that? No. Be happy with what you got.
My takeaways, I only really had, I want to say 3 of them like I did last week in week 1. But week 2, my biggest takeaway, number 1, the Dallas Cowboys. They played with confidence. They never gave up. And you got to give credit to Mike McCarthy. He kept his guys loose. He kept his guys he instilled positivity. Then you look at Dak Prescott. You saw more than just a football player giving it all on the field. You saw the leadership. So you saw more intangibles from Dak, more so than what you would see on the field. 2, the Los Angeles Rams, they're getting back to the basics. They're running the football, and that's allowing the field to open up down for Jared Goff, because he's able to use that play action, run that bootleg, and fling the ball down the field. And then my third, the Baltimore Ravens. This is the most physical team in the National Football League right now. Lamar looks like a 5-year veteran throwing the ball from the pocket, and he's made that adjustment to where he's not just running the ball. He wants to beat you with his arm from the pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So I'm ready to get into these picks, guys.
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
get into the picks.
All right. All these are straight up, and then we'll have our fun with if there's any locks, just say it. So
Yeah,
we're
let's
gonna,
run through it because it's 20 of already.
Yeah, we'll
and
make
I'm
this-
starting to
we'll-
drag.
we'll make this quick.
And I want to do Clash picks too.
All right,
so.
we'll make this quick. So, all right, so we kick off with Thursday Night Football. Miami takes on Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 3-point favorite.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew, give me the mustache.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville. I really like how they fought in that game against Tennessee. I know they were short, but they played with a lot of fight, and you got to admire that.
Oh, yeah.
Give me the upset. Give me Miami.
Oh, okay.
Do you believe in Fitz magic, huh?
If not, it's going to be 2 a time.
Oh, God.
No, that's the Jets.
No, that's a pituitary time. All right, Cincinnati takes on the Eagles. The Eagles, for some reason, is a 5-point favorite.
God damn. All right. You know what? The pick is Philly. We have to be better than the goddamn Bungles.
It's the Eagles and who?
The
Cincinnati.
goddamn Bungles. We got to be better than the Bungles. I'm sorry. Like, we have
I'm gonna go Bengals on that one.
God damn.
I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. But my issue with the Eagles is they're not running the football. Look at the year when they won the Super Bowl. What was their bread and butter? A consistent ground game with LeGarrette Blount. Then Jay Ajayi came back in. Established Miles Sanders. And Carson Wentz, you have to make better reads from that pocket. If it's 3rd and short or 4th and short, go to the guy that's open. Don't throw it to the guy that's covered with 3 guys around him.
Well, the problem is we can't block well. But we do make up for it with not tackling. So,
The question is okay, will Philly be better
John
than...
Robinson reference right there.
So here's the
John
dilemma.
McKay, sorry. John
Here's the
McKay.
dilemma. Philly needs to beat Cincinnati because they need to be better than Cincinnati.
Dude, I can't believe this is a must-win for us.
But Joe Burrow,
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow wants to get his first win. Joe Burrow does not want to go down 3-0.
But
Well,
it's happening.
Joe Burrow
Oh,
should have
03.
stayed in
03,
college.
sorry. See, here's the thing. I want to take Burrow, but I don't trust Cincinnati, so give me Philly.
Dude, I can't believe Fox is going to play a boo track again.
All right. Speaking of being...
The only guy in a stadium with no fans, and he manages to get booed.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
So speaking of people that need to get booed, the Turf Monster joins us again for the San Francisco 49ers back to where the injuries happened for the New York Giants. And the San Francisco 49ers is a 4-point favorite.
49ers.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, the Niners lost Bosa, Mostert, Jimmy G, all these people. So you'd think the Giants have a shot. But then the Giants turned right around and decided and lost Saquon Barkley for the season.
With an MC with the same thing that Bosa has.
Yeah. So they lost. So they lose Nick Bosa for the season. And the Niners have all these other problems. And the Giants turn right around and lose Saquon for the season. So with that being said, I'm taking the Niners.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners as well. And remember, they also lost Solomon Thomas with a torn ACL as well. So that defensive line is in shambles right now. The Giants might make it a little interesting. I told you, didn't I tell you guys they would make it interesting against the Bears? Didn't I tell y'all they would make it interesting against the Bears? They could do the same thing against the 49ers, but in the end, the 49ers are still a better team at the end of the day. And Mostert is actually trying to play in this game from what I read. And if he does, I think he has a huge day.
Wayne Gallman Jr., this is your time.
Giants keep it close. They're going to keep it within 4. Niners win, though.
Yeah.
The Rams take on the Bills. Bills are a 2.5-point favorite.
Oh, shit. All of a sudden, this became like the must-see game of the week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I actually previewed it yesterday, Chris.
Damn. The Bills look good. I just have that feeling that Goff is better right now than Josh Allen and will make less mistakes. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Rams in the upset.
I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills in this one because I think this is going to be the first big test for the Rams. You know, the Cowboys gift wrapped them that game. The Eagles aren't that good. The Bills, I think, are sharper on both sides of the ball compared to those first two teams that the Rams play. You know, Josh Allen's going to be huge in this game. They're letting him spin it. They're protecting him. And the Bills' offensive line, they're going to have their hands full trying to keep Josh Allen protected. Aaron Donald's coming to town. He could rip through 3 offensive linemen to get to your quarterback. But I think the Bills are going to have a good game plan. They're going to run Devin Singletary and Stephon Diggs versus Jalen Ramsey. That's the matchup to see in this game. That's must-see TV. And Stephon Diggs, he looks like a brand new man right now. And I'm going to get into that in a few games down the road. But I'm with John. I definitely like the Buffalo Bills in this one. I think they keep this thing moving.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
So you're going Bills. I got
Bills. Yep. All right.
I am the outlier again.
Vegas Raiders take on the Pats. Pats are a 6-point favorite.
Raiders.
Boy, the Raiders look good. Only problem is it's in New England.
So does Cam Newton.
Give me the Pats.
The thing is Belichick is coming off pissed, and he is going to try to run up the score as hard as possible on Vegas. Give me New England.
You know, I like what I saw from the Patriots offense because didn't I tell you guys, for them to have even close to a shot in Seattle, Cam would have to make plays with his arm, and they opened the playbook somewhat. You know, he and Edelman were on the same page. You know, I like to see he and N'Keal Harry get on the same page, and I like what I'm seeing from the Las Vegas Raiders because they're running the football, and Derek Carr, he's taking care of the ball. And you know what? I'm going to preview this one on Saturday because this game, this kind of grabs my attention. But look, it's still the Patriots at the end of the day, and no team is better at bouncing back from a loss other than the New England Patriots. I think they win this one big on Sunday. There's just no way I see them losing this one.
Pittsburgh takes on Houston. Pittsburgh's 4-point favorite.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that.
Deshaun has nothing. Bill O'Brien, way to go. You totally gutted your team. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I like the Steelers as well. I really like how they're looking. This is the most athletic defense in the National Football League. As a quarterback, you can't stand in the pocket and throw it and hold on to it as long as Jeff Driscoll was, because if you do, they will make you pay for it. They have a defensive line with rangy defensive ends, interior guys that can push that pocket, linebackers who are able to solidify the middle, and the secondary is also improving as well. And offensively, I really like that connection between Ben Roethlisberger and Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool is the weapon that the Steelers have been needing. Have you ever noticed every time in all the years that Ben has been there, they've always had that possession receiver for Ben. You know, they had Plaxico Burress when he first came into the league. Then he had Martavis Bryant, and now he has Chase Claypool.
Yep. And you know, and the Texans have nobody. Is Will Fuller on IR yet?
Not yet. It's coming.
All right, so this week he goes out. All right.
All right.
He's about ready to make his place.
Next, the Atlanta Falcons hope to not go 0-3 to Mitch Trubisky, who is looking to go 3-0. The Bears take on the Falcons.
Bears.
With Gale Sayers passing away, give me the Bears.
I'm going Atlanta. Atlanta's at home. Atlanta tends to put up a ton of points. I don't think the Bears can
Atlanta
score
at
with the
home.
Falcons.
Look at what the fuck they did last week at home.
They weren't home that last week. They
Against
were
Dallas?
in Cowboys Stadium.
They were in Still, what the hell? Did they drink the fucking water and not know what an onside kick was?
Dude, this
Jerry
isn't going to
Jones-
come to an onside
Did
kick.
Jerry Jones put vodka in their Gatorade bottles?
I don't know what happened. They just got dumped. But I think the Falcons will have a chance to score 40 on the Bears. I don't think the Bears can score 40 on the Falcons.
This game can go either way because the Falcons can light it up offensively, but I just don't trust them. I like the Bears in this one. And like Ronnie said, tough week for them. They're going to be playing with emotion. For Gale Sayers, they're going to want to win this game and then give his family the game ball. I definitely like the Bears in this one.
Dude, also, too, Mitch every down is playing for his job. He doesn't want Big Dick Nick to come in and take over for him, so he's going to be playing every down like it's his last.
Well,
But
Mitch don't have to worry about that because Big Dick Nick will come in, throw a couple interceptions, and then Mitch comes back in anyway.
And if there's a word I could use to describe Mitchell Trubisky, it's inconsistent. You know, he's doing this against subpar opponents.
Right.
He went off against the Lions. He went off against the Giants. I expect him to do the same against the Atlanta Falcons because that's where the issue is for the Falcons. It's their defense. They can't hold the lead.
Yeah.
All right.
28-3 is killing them.
All right, let's rapid fire these off so we can get to the wrestling one so we can get out of here.
All right, rapid fire.
All right, Washington takes on Cleveland. 7-point favorite is Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Sam.
I'm going to take the Washington football team. That defensive line is ridiculous.
I think this is going to be a defensive game. I think it's going to be low scoring. Points are going to be hard to come across. I'm going to take Cleveland. I really like what they did last week. If they can come in with that same formula, running Nick Chubb, giving Kareem Hunt the ball, and the offensive line is protecting Baker Mayfield, they win this game.
And Hulu's got live sports. Tennessee Titans take on Minnesota Vikings. 2.5-point favorites are the Titans.
I'm going Vikings in that one.
I'm going to take the Titans. The Vikings have looked horrible, and Cousins is shit right now.
Yeah, the Vikings don't have an identity offensively. Are they a running team? Are they a passing team? Are they a team with balance? We don't know. And I really think they missed Stephon Diggs, which was what I was saying when we were talking about the Rams and the Bills. You know, I think they traded the wrong receiver because Stephon Diggs can create take tops off the zones and get down the field. He's a vertical threat. Adam Thielen really isn't that. He's more of an underneath guy, if you think about it. He can't really run an up-and-go route down the field. I like Tennessee in this one. I just think they're a gritty team. They play defense, and I think Derrick Henry's going to have a big game.
Minnesota needs Jordan Jefferson to do something badly.
They do. Or even Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
All right,
what's-
who's next?
Oh boy. Who's next? Really? You asked that. The Jets take on the Colts.
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 Oh my God. Philip Rivers loves to give game away. Give the game away. Unfortunately, fortunately for Philip Rivers, he ain't gonna have to worry about giving the game away because the Jets are gonna give it right back to him.
I think Indy wins. I don't think they cover.
Yeah, I like the Colts. I think this will be one of those low-scoring, scrappy ball games where defense kind of sets the tone. I hope the Jets actually show some effort on the defensive side of the ball. I still need to see a little bit more from Philip Rivers.
And I said it during the preseason. Fire Adam fucking Gase.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's awful.
But I like the Colts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Colts will finally win.
Yep. All right. Carolina takes on the Chargers. 6.5 point favorite of the Chargers.
So apparently Tyrod Taylor punctured his
The
lung.
doctor was giving him a shot for his ribs, and he punctured his lung.
I bet you that doctor is a Justin Herbert fan, and for that reason, I will take the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well. Carolina, they stay in games. Their issue has been staying in games in the second half, and there's not going to be any Christian McCaffrey. So who's Teddy Bridgewater going to turn to? Who's going to be that weapon to take over for him? And I just don't see it. I think the Chargers win this one because the Chargers gave the Chiefs everything they could handle last week.
Yep. John, who are you taking?
Who is this now?
Chargers versus Carolina.
Chargers.
All right, the Cowboys take on Seattle. Seattle's a 5-point favorite. It's in Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah, no shit.
Fuck the Cowboys. Seattle.
I'm taking Seattle as well. I think points are going to be scored in this one. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game because I don't trust either defense right now. Watch for Dallas to attack Seattle's cover 3. Lots of Michael Gallup underneath. A lot of zone coverages. They're going to try and attack them underneath. I think it comes down to the fourth quarter, and Russell, last name Wilson, just pulls through like he always does. He's on a tear, and I expect him to continue that trend. I definitely like Seattle.
First name M, middle name V, last name P.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tampa Bay takes on Denver. 6 points, Tampa Bay.
Denver.
Give me Tampa Brady.
Tampa Brady.
If Von Miller and Drew Lock were playing in this game, I'd probably lean with the upset, but I'm with Chris and I'm with Ronnie. I like Tampa in this one. I don't think it'll be easy for them because Brady struggles in Denver, and this goes back to his New England days. But I still think Tampa Bay is still trying to figure things out. But give Bruce Arians a lot of credit because you saw what he did in that game on Sunday. I don't know if you guys did. He let Tom Brady be Tom Brady. Screens to the running back, screens to the smaller wide receivers. He's really developing that chemistry with Mike Evans. I think when Chris Godwin comes back, they'll be sharper. But I want to see him kind of get in tune with the tight end.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right. Arizona takes on Detroit.
I want to take Detroit.
The Arizona Cardinals are for real. Give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, give me Arizona as well. I don't trust the Detroit Lions. They'll build up a 10-point lead, and I bet you they blow it again.
The thing is that Kyler Murray is coming into his own, even though he's not not the height they're saying he is. He's hitting those passes, and Hopkins too, and that defense is.
Well, it's Hopkins.
Yeah, that defense is killer too. All right, the bad man goes in and takes on the tired man. The Packers take on the Saints.
He's a bad man. Aaron Rodgers, once again, like I said, he's got that picture of Jordan Love and that picture of his coach, and he crushes them before every game. and he's going to tell the Packers, "Fuck you, trade me" at the end of the
Oh,
year.
you're gonna love this,
Packers.
Chris. Yeah. You want guess what the spread is?
New Orleans
By 3.
Three?
New Orleans 3. So the
Fuck that. Is Michael Thomas playing in this game?
no, day to day right now. He has not been announced.
So, but it doesn't matter. That defense can't stop the bad man.
Dude, like I said, Drew Brees looks tired. You were laughing at me when I said that after the Monday night game or the Sunday night game. And you're like, "What are you talking about him looking tired?" You saw him against Vegas. He looked tired.
And Green Bay's defense are going to shut down Kamara.
Yeah.
This game can go either way because Aaron Jones, he's really the engine and the ignition behind that Green Bay offense. Anytime he touches the ball, something magical seems to happen. And when I look at the Packers offense, I see a unit that looks more comfortable within the Matt LaFleur's system in the second year than they did in the first year. They're all gelling. Aaron Rodgers looks to be Aaron Rodgers once again. And their defense, I don't trust their defense. Again, they've reverted back to their old ways. And it's basic football fundamentals with them. A lack of lane discipline, no gap integrity, missing tackles in the open field. You got to be better than that. And as for the Saints, that was the worst I saw them look probably since the playoff game they lost against Minnesota. Just couldn't get anything going. The offensive line got beat up front in the trenches. And Emmanuel Sanders really didn't do what I thought he was going to do. I really think this offense missed Michael Thomas. But here's the thing. I'm not going to write the Saints off because the Saints can start 1-1. They can start 0-2, and then they can just rattle off 7 or 8 wins in a row. And I think a winning streak starts on Sunday night. I think it's going to be close. I think it comes down to the fourth quarter. I like the Saints in this one because the Saints defense, I think, is going to come ready to play. They're going to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. They're going to do everything to bottle up Aaron Jones. They're going to force Aaron Rodgers to throw this ball at least 40 times.
Okay.
It's Aaron Jones is so good because Aaron Rodgers gives him the ball and goes, "Run."
Yeah, and think about it. Aaron Rodgers really hasn't had that since the year they won the Super Bowl.
All right.
That's right. He's got that. He says, "Run," and then he looks at Devontae Adams. Goes, "All right, you go deep. I'm going to throw it right to you. You catch it." Okay.
All right.
He kind of, you know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of a more athletic version of Darren Sproles.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is the dictator of that offense.
Yeah. And finally, the Monday night game. Holy shit. The fact that this is a Monday night game. The Kansas City Chiefs takes on the Baltimore Ravens, and the Ravens are a 3.5-point favorite. Give me fucking Patty Mahomes. Give me the $500 million man.
Chiefs.
I'm going to go Baltimore.
This is another one that can go either way because I want to start with Baltimore first. They've won 14 games in a row. They're picking up where they left off. They run the football. This is the most physical team in the National Football League. And to play them, you better come with your lunch pail because you're going to put in work. It's not going to be easy to wear them down. Lamar looks like a 5-year veteran throwing that ball from the pocket. Then you have Kansas City. Look, I get divisional games are tough, but they really got all they can handle from the Chargers. And give them credit because the Chargers kind of played with Kansas City's heads. They started Justin Herbert at the last minute. And what have I always said since I started contributing for you guys? Every time a rookie comes in at a key position, he always has the edge over a defense because there's no film on him. You don't know how he's going to be used compared to how he was used in college. And it really took Kansas City a full half to buckle in on him. They forced him to make bad throws across his body, forced him to move and make sloppy throws, and Kansas City just buckled down. I just want to see, can they do this from the first whistle to the last whistle? They're going to have their work cut out for them. If this were in Kansas City, yeah, I'd take the Chiefs for sure. But I just think Mahomes is going to make one more play than Lamar Jackson. Both quarterbacks are going to pick their spots, but it just seems like in prime time, the brighter the lights, the bigger the stage, the better Pat Mahomes is. And I'm going with the reigning Super Bowl MVP. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs in a close game.
I just Baltimore's defense and the fact they're home and like Mark Ingram and that, and again, and Lamar Jackson. I don't think Kansas City is really going to get a chance to bottle up Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, and you know what? You know what's going to be key in this game for Baltimore? The three-headed rushing monster. Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram. Mark Ingram, I think, is the X factor for the Ravens.
J.K. Dobbins.
So I'm saying Lamar Jackson, Mark Ingram, and J.K. all day. You just took his name right out my mouth. And if I'm Kansas City, look, both offenses are going to pick each other apart. You know, Lamar is going to try and get Mark Andrews the ball. He's going to throw it to Marquise Brown, Willie Snead. And then Mahomes, he has Edwards-Helaire, who can control the clock as well. So we could see this being a running battle in the first quarter, within the first couple of minutes of the game. He has Edwards-Helaire. He has Tyreek Hill, who I think is a top 5 wide receiver in the National Football League. Travis
Mecole
Kelce,
Hardman and Sammy Watkins.
Mecole Hardman. So he has his weapons as well. Points are going to be scored in this game.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
That's the NFL. John, pull it up.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to doze here.
Yeah, just we'll knock that out and we'll get out of here.
All right. In the pre-show, we have Asuka going against Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's title.
Oscar.
That's the pre-show? That is sad.
Well, it's Zelina Vega, that's why.
I would love to see them fucking...
Asuka.
I would love to see them give her the fucking title, but they're not happening.
Asuka.
Yeah. Then we move on to the main show, as Chris likes to say. We got Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews for the U.S. title.
Lashley.
I think Apollo's going to take the title. That's my opinion.
You watch any of this, Christian, or no?
You're picking for me, Chris.
That's
all right, he goes Lashley.
Lashley wins unless Retribution comes out.
Which I think they're going to do. That's what I think they're going to cost them the title. But then we have the Street Profits versus Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw title.
Street Profits, because they're splitting up Andrade and Garza.
Yeah, I go with the Street Profits on that one.
And Christian goes Street Profits as well. Sorry, you're going to hate that damn cup pyro.
I think that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. But anyway.
I've seen dumber.
No,
Ronnie,
not as dumb as Retribution's names.
We'll get to that.
We'll get on that on Monday.
Slapnut.
Mason.
Waste. T-Pain and Slapnuts.
Teabag, Waste, and Slapnut. Teabag, Waste,
get on with that.
Anyway, keep going.
Who did you pick in that match? Did you say Ronnie or no?
Street Profits.
Profits are okay. Then we have Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental title. It's a ladder match.
The fans win this, but it's Hardy.
Hardy, yeah. Then we have Shizora Nakamura's versus the Lucha House Party, which I think there's going to be something happens because Dorado took his mask off. I think he's either leaving or turning heel.
Well, he's leaving, and it's going to be Cesaro and
Nakamura.
Yeah, probably those two. Yeah. Then we have Nia and Baszler versus the Riot Squad. I'm taking the Riot Squad in this one.
I'm taking the Riot Squad because they're going to set up Nia versus Baszler.
I think they're going to let that burn a little longer. Nia and Baszler win it.
Then we have Bayley versus Nikki. And you already know who I'm picking, so I'm not even saying it.
Bayley versus Nikki Cross.
Title for the SmackDown title.
I think. I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go Nikki Cross, and then Bayley gets it back at another pay-per-view.
No, I think actually she'll keep it and set up Heck in a Box.
Yeah, it's going to be Bayley, definitely. Then we have Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso for the Universal title.
Mr. Ed wins.
Yeah,
it's Roman. The bassist from Metallica.
Yeah,
it's Roman.
With With the
Roberto
fucking-
Trillo, yep.
With the fucking veneers.
And then most likely the main event, Drew versus Randy Orton in an ambulance match for the WWE title.
Drew McIntyre.
I don't know. It's because they seem to hint that Randy Orton is going to take it, so I'm going to go Randy Orton.
If Randy
I think
takes it, get ready for him to do a feud with Keith Lee.
Yep.
I think it's going to be Drew because I think they're waiting for Edge to come back because they're going to do maybe Survivor Series will drop it because then that'll set up Mania for Orton and Edge for the title at Mania. I'm going to go Drew.
Okay. And that was it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it. No more.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our show. Thank you for everyone that popped in and listened. Thank you anyone who's still in the chat listening. You can, if you guys want to follow us more, follow us on all social medias at the Nerdport Network. Follow myself on Twitter at FNRonnie.
At Trips NXC.
At the Zombie Master.
You can follow me at DailyBlitz_61, and you can log on to the website www.thedailyblitz.blog.
There we are.
There we are. And with that being said, Miami looks like they're going to finally win a game and go up 3-1. Retribution's still stupid as all hell. The
Yeah,
checks
T-Bar.
T-Bar, slap nuts, and teabag.
And Monday we'll be reviewing Clash of Champions with our guest. The Hooligan will be back with us on Monday.
Yes, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, enjoy football, and have a good day. Oh, wait, yeah, Bobby Bonilla just got paid, possibly for a final time.